Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. How's it
Yeah.
going?
Hello, hello.
Is everybody well?
Grand.
Grand. Okay,
Hi.
good. Excellent.
Now Jan is unmuted, so she is also grand.
You are coming through very loud, Phil, for me. Let me
Ooh,
just.
let me
very
back
loud.
off. Hot mic. Is that better?
That's a little bit.
Oh, Mike.
Phil is being
All right.
very American and loud.
Wow, the bullying starts early from the Dutch contingent here. I see.
I'm beset on all sides by Dutchies.
I know.
I'm
I
not
know.
sure if only the Americans are loud.
No, perhaps not. We'll rely on chat to keep us honest on the levels. But I've pulled you down on my end on Discord to what feels like a reasonable amount for me. So hopefully it will all be okay. But hope everybody's doing well. Really nice to have you all with us and looking forward to our game. Let me set the scene a little, folks. Obviously, you all as players had a bit of an introductory spiel, but I'll elaborate slightly for the benefit of you and for the benefit of those watching. So, and then we'll do some introductions in a second as well. So actually, you know what? No, let's do the introductions first, because then we may unpack some information and some lore as we're going along. So this will be the test of if everyone's video ninja link is working as well, because I haven't actually looked yet. So let's give this a try. So firstly, let's say hello to Fuero. There he is. Fuero, how are you doing, sir?
Hello. Give me 1 second.
Hang on. I feel like the green screen's about to do something amazing.
No,
Oh, okay. I was expecting it to come alive with.
I just didn't have dinner yet, so I was talking to Firefly.
Oh, okay. No worries. So
I feel a bit tuned in. Okay.
Fuero, you are playing today as Benedictus. Tell us a little bit about Benedictus today.
Yes. Benedictus is. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. There we go.
Oh yes, that's much better.
Benedictus is a well. When you look at him, you see a gnome, an old, crumpled up gnome. And this old, crumpled up gnome with a mage hat on and a robes on and a sits in a big, comfortable recliner, like the deluxe version for old people recliner.
Yeah.
And that recliner is floating.
Yeah, like hovering. Yeah.
Hovering, yeah.
Mhm.
He has a staff in his like a pocket for his staff. It's in the recliner. There's a cat sleeping on top of the recliner, and there's like a big book on the other side of the recliner, and he looks quite grumpy, but. Next to being a floating recliner, he has behind him, there's a zombie standing.
Hold that thought for a second, Fuero, because we're just dealing with a raid coming in from old Cockaroony.
Aha.
Cockers, thanks for bringing the pals over. Welcome, one and all. Also Money, also Fox Pants, also Cockers. What a marvellous time. Folks, hello, you are just in time. We are just about to be kicking off a D&D one-shot adventure. Thank you very much. Happy resub day to Cockers, to Relly. And we are hopping in with character intros as we speak. I now see that this token is too high up on my layers order. It's now covering over the resub thing. That's okay. Fuero, I apologise. We cut you off there. Please continue. You were saying that behind Benedictus' chair there is a figure. Go ahead.
There's a figure, and it's a pale-looking zombie with a
Gianni
nurse's
Bartelli.
outfit on for whatever.
A nurse's
like
outfit.
A
Yeah.
now. And Benedictus is so old he doesn't walk anymore. He has a zombie behind him that pushes him around in the floating chair, in the hovering chair.
Okay, so they're like a kind of carer who helps to push the chair around for them.
Yes.
Magic.
Yes.
Magic.
And he's got a-
Cool. Very, very cool. So the game today is being played in the town of Alabaster, which is in fact Benedictus' hometown. So it's taking place around your ends. The time of year is an annual festival called the Feast of Great Striving, which marks the anniversary of the defeat of the invading tiefling horde of Gal Caranir by the gnomish population of Alabaster. Now, Benedictus, you were a young scholar in Alabaster at the time of that conflict. You've been around for so long. It's the 291st Feast of Great Striving, and you were a young scholar at the time of that conflict. What do you remember from that period?
Oh, yeah. Filthy invading tieflings. Stupid bunches of narrow-minded assholes that should have never invaded it. Thank God Alabaster stood strong and survived all of that. So,
What was your role, if any, in that conflict? Were you involved in the fighting itself at that time?
well, involved. I was lucky enough to bring water to the troops and some sponges and a little bit of food.
Right.
That's about it.
Essential service. All right. Well, thank you, Benedictus. We'll catch up with you more shortly. Let's go on and meet now. Let's say hello to Jan first. Jan. Hello, Jan. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Good. Oh, that thought we got a Relly sound effect. Sponges and food, everything a team needs, big time. Jan, you are playing today as is it Lila or Leela?
It's Lila.
Lila. Perfect. Well, hello, Lila. Welcome to Playdean. Now, Lila, tell us a bit about Lila firstly.
She's just a slip of a thing, a little rogue that one moment she's there, one moment she's not. Due to the festivities, I'm wearing a little veil. Just to hide the horns, just in case.
Because now I've been reluctant to bring this up, but it was almost 300 years ago. Times have changed, but particularly at this time of year, thank you, Heather. Particularly at this time of year, tieflings in Alabaster may not receive the warmest welcome. Are you're obviously trying to conceal that to some extent? Are you concerned about the reception that you might receive in Alabaster?
Concerned because even though my horns are hidden, I'm quite clearly still a rogue.
Okay.
I'm just glad that I can just blend in and have some stealth.
And in the event of any trouble, we presume you'll be able to slip out of there kind of unnoticed anyway, right? Yeah, nice. Okay, perfect.
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and meet Jorn. Jorn, welcome back to Playdean. Philip, how are you firstly?
Hello. Doing great. Doing really good. Glad to be here again. Thank you.
Good man. Now, Jorn, you've got a particular role at the Feast of Great Striving this year. You were booked as a musical act to play at the Bulwark, one of the inns in Alabaster.
Indeed.
What's the vibe of your set? What can people expect?
Oh, Jorn will never pass up an opportunity to perform, especially at such an event to commemorate such a monumental event in history that Jorn would have certainly researched and studied and pored over, because this is exactly the kind of thing that Jorn obsesses and is inspired by for his music. And Jorn would be performing Bane of Galcaranir, or yes, that's right, Avernus Rebuked, which is an album that he would have recorded for this, featuring just a bunch of like very triumphant music and like celebrating gnomish ingenuity and the the brutality of the battles and the stalwartness of the gnomes and pushing them back and the triumph. So it's like very like powerful, intense, heavy music that's fitting for the theme. And so when he was requested to play, he was honored to accept.
Sounds like they're going to be crowd pleasers. Thanks, Jorn. And last but by no means least, of course, so welcome back, Keelan, in that cloak again. Love to see it. Hello, Budja, firstly. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Had a big day today at my parents' house, but
Okay. All
excited for it.
Good. I'm excited that you keep turning up in costume. That's fucking amazing. I really like that. And once again, I have to point out that the token that I've ended up using for Keelan was like just like one I picked at random, and then last month Budja turned up wearing this cloak, and I was like, this works so well. this is so perfect. So Keelan, what's your Keelan, as we found out last month, is a kind of I guess a spy or works for the Elven King. What brings you, Keelan, to Alabaster at this time of year for this festival?
There were rumors about something happening.
Ah.
So the king wants me to find out and hopefully prevent big things to happen.
Keeping an eye on things. Got it. All right, perfect. Well, brilliant. Thank you very much, Keelan. Let's go over to our main screen, and we can see all of our intrepid adventurers all there together. Don't they look nice? It's a slightly different layout. I wanted to move things around a little bit. So welcome to the new world, folks. For those in chat, I think you've probably figured out already. I won't really be replying to chat. We will take a short break at some point in 90 minutes-ish, probably. And I'll catch up with you all in chat then. But sit back and enjoy the festivities in the meantime. So, if everybody's ready, let me tell you a bit more about the Feast of Great Striving. So, it's a 2-day festival. As I mentioned, it marks the anniversary of the Tiefling invasion of the year 2828. This year, the festival opened with an unveiling of a new statue of the gnomish hero Findus Floggin, the brave and celebrated hero of the gnomish forces, who led the defense of the town but was mortally wounded in the process. He died after that invasion. He was known for his bright green eyes, and so this statue that was unveiled in the center of Alabaster. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little look at the map of Alabaster as well. Why not? And the statue that was unveiled in the center, the statue itself contains 2 amazing emeralds that catch the sun where his eyes would be. So his eyes are depicted with emeralds. The tieflings themselves, that invading force, were buried in a mass grave and covered with a mound. You can see it's called Findus Mound. It's up in the sort of north of the town there. The festival itself has been an amazing occasion. We're into the second day, and it's had all the regular fixtures, everything, Benedictus, you've seen this year in, year out. Traditional things like the Tiefling's Gauntlet, where one of the gnomes of the town gets like an oversized plaster tiefling head, and they run down Main Street being pelted with vegetables. There's been a little reenactment of the battle itself. Obviously, the unveiling of the statue. And then, of course, getting into the evening, there's there's lots of festivities, and all the inns have got music, and there's music in the streets. There's other kinds of festivities going on all over the town. It's a big event for them, the biggest date in the calendar for Alabaster, really. So, where does our adventure begin? Let me get some sound. Actually, everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
Oh, that's easy.
And my initiative bonus would be +2. Okay.
9.
16.
Oh,
9, 14,
10.
and a 20. Lila,
Oh.
you don't worry, you're not actually going into combat. Lila, give me a Constitution saving throw. A 3.
Not great.
Lila, you feel the warmth of the morning sun on your eyelids, and before you kind of open your eyes, it's almost like you can, you know what I mean? Like you can like see the back of your eyelids, kind of thing. There's like a warm orange kind of on the from the sun, penetrating through a nearby window, and the combination of the kind of the increasing warmth and the sound of bird song, and also kind of a discomfort brings you to on a 3 you throw up. Whether it's the sound, you looking around the room, it's clearly early morning. It's just after dawn. And there's very few people in the room. But around you, you can see a drow slumped over at a nearby table, his hands still gripping a tankard with the dregs of some kind of ale or grog or something in it. You can also see an elf just laying out on the floor, just laying on the stone floor, their face pressed against it, leaving an imprint. And inexplicably, there is a very comfortable looking armchair hovering within the room as well, with this old gnome, his head sort of tilted back, snoring deeply. And behind the chair, a very sort of shifty-looking undead zombie just standing there with no instructions, unsure what to do. Whether from the smell or the sound of Lila vomiting onto the table in front of her, Benedictus, Yorn, and Keelan, you rise from your own slumbers. Everyone give me a Constitution save.
Right.
Except for Lila.
Okay, how am I doing that? What do I need to throw?
So it'd just be a
+1.
D20 and put your modifier on based on your character sheet. Oh,
Baby.
Oh god.
Oh,
19.
Fuera, don't let the team down.
I already did. Don't worry about it, Pharaoh.
I see. Benedictus, you lurch forward and vomit down the onto the stone floor beneath your chair, beneath your armchair. Yorn and Keelan, you don't throw up, but every single one of you, all 4 of you, have 1 level of exhaustion, which means you now have disadvantage on skill checks.
I'll look in the mug and go, nah, and put it down. Like maybe drink, but like no, maybe not.
As you're all kind of coming to, awoken by this cascade of vomit, you hear a voice say, Oh, you're awake then?
Oh, maybe not so loud, please. But yes, I'm waking up. Yeah.
Well, it's not my fault if you can't handle your liquor, sir. That's really on you, isn't it? You look up and see you're obviously in a tavern of some sort, and behind the bar is a gnome, and he's just like washing out tankards and stuff, rinsing them out, putting them up on the shelf ready for the new day. And he says, I won't lie, you're all looking a little worse for wear. Can I interest anybody in some breakfast?
Coffee, please.
Coffee, coming right up.
Yeah, same. And I imagine Yorn like so like a bar stool, but like he's laying across it, like hanging over it. And I'll kind of like just like not moving, just kind of take my tankard and like sit it on the bar so he can have it to like clean and wipe out
He goes,
without fully moving.
He goes, I'll bring a big pot of coffee for you all right?
Oh, bless you. Please keep it down.
I'm the Benedict turns in his chair and looks up at the zombie. Okay, right. Get the chunks out of my beard. And now let's freshen up here. So this zombie starts picking out whatever it was Benedict ate last night.
Yeah.
Right, and some coffee, black.
Coming right up. I'm already on the case. Don't worry, sir. Keelan, you when we last checked were lying face down on the floor. What's your how have things developed for you in the last few seconds?
I did try to stand up, a little wobbly. That just smear off all the drool I did somehow have during the night. And then did remember that I don't drink my coffee black. I want some honey in it because I want it sweet. So I will just try to move to the bar to ask for honey.
Honey in your coffee? Don't know if I've ever heard of someone doing that before, but of course we've got honey. We've got honey for breakfast if you want it. So I can put a drop of a bit of honey in a bowl for you, and you can mix it with your coffee however you like. He comes
That would be
over.
awesome, thanks.
The innkeeper walks over to where Lila and Yorn are kind of sat at the same this large table, and brings over a pot of coffee in 4 little pewter cups. And he then he goes back and returns with a little plate of honey for you all, and goes, anybody interested in any solid food at all? It's good for what ails you.
Bacon and eggs, please. And honey in your coffee? I mean, in my time, we actually had to eat the beans, grind them into our teeth, and pour the hot water in our mouths.
I think the innkeeper knows Benedictus and sort of just nods along, humouring him. Like, I feel like he's probably had a couple of conversations that go this way. Just like, yeah, we did have to do that, didn't we? Yeah.
Did you not have your zombie friend do that for you? That's quite handy. I say to Benedictus.
I think Fuero's eating.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry. We kind of had a
That's all right.
Well,
man.
just-
DJ and then,
He's got his
Sorry,
bacon,
that
he's got his,
pains it
he's
for
got
you
his
lot.
bacon and eggs.
Yeah. Oh, he's asleep again. I'll wait.
yeah, he falls asleep again and just eats. So I can eat. Oh, no. He doesn't grind my coffee. That doesn't need to do that anymore. But I could have him do it.
Oh, it's very ingenious, very clever, very, very clever.
The
Take some
innkeeper,
toast, please. Let's get some honey. And have some honey and toast.
of course, honey and toast, bacon and eggs. Anybody else?
just some bread.
Some bread.
I'm fine
of
with
course.
that.
And for you, sir? Looking
Yeah,
at
I'll
Yorn.
take. Yeah, I think like maybe some eggs and sausage links, perhaps some toast.
All right. I think I've got all that. I'll make myself busy there. You all just sit tight and be comfortable. All right. It was. I have to say we
Go
haven't.
ahead and put another pot of coffee on too, please. I'm just like putting down coffee.
No problem. He goes. This is this has been the 291st one of these, and I doubt we've seen many like you lot over those nearly 300 years. That was something else. He walks off to the kitchens to go and put that order in. Keelan, give me a constitution save.
The 3.
Yeah, you throw up.
My coffee and honey. Oh god.
Oh, it's got to be the honey. That does not sound very good.
As you throw up, or shortly after you throw up, let's say, the door to the inn opens, and a young woman gnome comes in, and she kind of comes in and surveys the scene, but looks at you all, and says, "Oh, it's you. Where is he?"
Oh?
All of you. Where is he?
What's she saying? What? Speak up, young lady.
Whomst?
My goodness, she says, "How drunk were you?" She says, "My fiance, Tannen, you were with him all last night. We're supposed to be wed this afternoon, and I cannot find him anywhere." Everybody.
Maybe he's here.
She looks around the room and is like, "No, he's not here. No, well, unless he's hidden away somewhere. I suppose he could be in the privy, in the restroom."
Or invisible.
Yeah, Martin, do I recognize this name at all?
Everybody,
do I recognize
give
the name
me,
Tannen?
Everybody, give me a history check.
Okay.
Probably know a lot of people here.
History +2. Okay.
Plus 4.
+6.
Willity.
Oh,
These are
8.
these are some shitty rolls, guys.
I got
Holy shit! Got a +6 and then still have an 11.
Yorn, you have a memory,
Yes.
a memory flash. You flash back to the previous evening.
All right.
In a tavern where you were playing your set. You were up there on stage rocking out.
Nice.
And what you remember is as you finished your set and stepped down off the corner stage at the Bulwark Inn, you were accosted by a really enthusiastic guy, a human man, handsome guy, and kind of like, you know, when I say he's got that sort of floppiness to his hair, where it's like almost like 3 strands, but it looks and almost like falls over his eyes. Just a real pretty boy kind of look, really handsome guy. Comes up to you, immediately starts enthusiastically shaking your hand. He's like, "That was incredible, mate. I enjoyed that so much. That was awesome."
Yes, thank you. It's always a pleasure to meet a fan. Thank you so much.
I don't know. Oh, I wish I had your talent, man. That is unbelievable. The things you can do on that. I was in that mosh pit. So, oh man. Let me ask you guys something. No, actually, don't worry about it. Belay that. We'll press on. He goes. He goes, I wish I could do what you do. He goes, let me get you a drink. Let me get you. In fact, I've already got you one. Here you go. And he hands you a tankard of ale.
Yes, my kind of man. And I put an arm around his shoulder and kind of like clack mugs, and yeah, down it. The party begins.
He goes, you've got to meet this other lot I've been hanging out with. What a bunch of characters this lot are. Come over here. He just forcibly drags you by the arm over to a table where Lila and Keelan and Benedictus are all sat at or around this table. And he goes, right, Lila, come on, best of 3. And he sits down and puts his arm on the table for an arm wrestle. Lila, give me a. Let's do an opposed strength check.
Ooh, the show continues, and I'll like recast dancing lights and like have them swirling around them, like to bring attention to the contest.
Love it. Oh, my roll was bad, but yours was worse. After a few seconds of jostling, this guy slams Lila's hand down on the table. And he turns back to Yor and he's like, I got her. I knew she got me once, but I knew I could get her. He goes, oh, sorry. Where are my manners? He extends a hand. He's like, I'm Tannen, by the way. Tannen Flingord.
Tannen, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I'm going to take a coin and kind of thumb, like flick it to Lila and go, hey, get them next time. But now get yourself a drink. Just life of the party.
The memory fades for you, Yorn, and we're back in the tavern. So to answer your question, yeah, you do know who she's talking about. Yeah. there is a vague memory of a guy that you were partying with last night. So she goes.
So it goes back to him. He's just like wiping his eyes and thinking, and he like kind of takes his hand away, and there's still like kind of dried, flaked corpse paint that he just like will rub on his shoulder, and he's like, there was. I mean, he was at the show, and after there was like some drinking and arm wrestling. Well, what I don't. Yeah.
What's become of him?
I'm still trying to get this coffee in me, ma'am. I'm sorry. I don't know. Does anyone else know?
He must have spoken of me. Everybody, give me a history check.
All right.
We're going to be hard and fast on the dice today, folks.
Excellent. I love it. Dice rolls. Okay. I need
22.
Oh, 22.
Hot damn, we love that.
11.
Okay, I do not remember this. I rolled a 6.
Keelan, you have a memory flash, and it's back to the Bulwark Inn last night, and all of you sitting round the table. And this guy Tannen, the drinks are flowing pretty freely, and he says, and this guy Tannen's like, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I'm getting married tomorrow. This is good. He goes, this is supposed to be my bachelor party, and he points at a guy at the next table who is just like sparked out on the table. He's unconscious. He's like, that's my best man, and he couldn't keep up. But hey, the party doesn't stop just because he stops. That's what I'm saying. We're going all night. Let me tell you. He goes, she's great. I love her so much. She's amazing. She's from like old blood, old money. Her dad's the mayor of the town, and their family are, goes back however many 100 years. At Alabaster, they're like, everybody knows them. But I say this, they're not stuffy at all. It wasn't like who's this guy? He's not from the right gnomish family. you know, nothing like that. Her dad's a great guy. He's always been the most welcoming bloke in the world. He's great. So we're getting married. Are any of you married? Are any of you married?
I always been a bachelor, full on. I fully focused on my art.
Your arts? So what are your arts?
I'm a wizard boy.
A wizard boy? You're a wizard? What's a wizard boy?
No, I'm a wizard. You're the boy.
You're a wizard. That's amazing. I respect that. You play in the field. You have no need to settle down. Well, enjoy it while you're young. That's what I say, mate. That's brilliant. How young are you anyway?
I am 340 years old.
300. That's a bit older than I thought, admittedly. Anyway, she's terrific. Now, he goes, I've got a great idea. I was going to do this with my best man. But he puts his arms around Yorn and Keelan in the seats next to him. And he pulls you in tight. He's like, I've got a brilliant idea. My people have got an old tradition, right, into weddings, right? And there's like a rhyme and I was going to do this with my best man, but he's, you know, and maybe we could do it. We need to get hold of some stuff for the wedding. And it's just like a silly, you know, it's just a tradition, you know. And it's like something old, right? And he looks at Benedictus. He's like, maybe we could use you. I'm just kidding. You're great. He's like, and something new, something borrowed, and something yellow. No, blue. It's blue because it's the rhyme in it. Yeah. Something old, new, something borrowed, something blue. Maybe we could get hold of some stuff tonight. What a fun adventure that would be. Keelan, your memory fades and we return to the scene of the morning after. You're stood there in front of this woman who's like, did he really not mention me? My name's Mary Beth. Mary Beth Wimwam.
He did mention you, and he was completely in love with you.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. Well, of course he's in love with me. we're to be wed, but I will strangle him a little bit when I find him, because he did not come home last night, and I've no idea where he is now.
But you're not allowed to see him for the wedding, right? On the wedding day, that's bad luck.
I've heard of that tradition in some places, but that's not a tradition here in Alabaster. It's actually considered traditional here for the bride and groom to share breakfast together on the morning of their vows. I was really...
Oh, so you didn't eat?
We've not had breakfast together today. No, I haven't seen him. He did not return home. I knew he would be out. I had encouraged him to have his bachelor evening or whatever the first night of the festival. We agreed that we would celebrate the festival together and then be wed the following day. I hoped he would have the big night on night number one, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to have happened that way.
I turn to Jorn and just half whisper way too loud. So, well, the tradition is only there so the man can check out the woman once more before he makes the biggest mistake of his life.
She's right there, man.
She scowls and is like, "That's a beastly thing to say." And don't think I don't know
you, honey.
That's easy for you to say, Mr. 300 and however many years it is single, Benedictus. I know all about you. She says, "Look, you were the last ones with him. You were with him last night. Did he not say anything about where he might have gone? Do you know where he could be?"
He did go on an adventure.
Yeah, he was looking for some trinkets as part of the tradition.
Oh, la 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 la! I don't think I'm supposed to hear about any of that. That's you know, that sounds like something he was doing. Maybe some kind of surprise. I don't want to know about that.
Oh well, I'm sure he's got to be somewhere. I'm sure we could help once we've sobered up a little bit.
Would you?
Ugh, but
Time is rather of the essence, actually. I couldn't ask you to perhaps help. I'm looking for him as well, of course. But if you could perhaps look for him, it would be a big help.
yeah, I think we could as soon as the two of these get the puke cleaned off themselves, and we can check around town. He can't be far, right? Got to be around here somewhere close.
Alabaster's a fairly small town, but there are many places he might have gone. The innkeeper is returning and carrying a couple of plates of breakfast, which he puts down some toast and some bacon and some eggs. Puts down some toast with honey and some sausage links on the table. He's doing that kind of waiter thing. He's carrying all the plates up his arm. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
Cascading. And he goes, "Well, I'm sorry to eavesdrop. I did just catch the end of that. You're looking for Tannen, are you?"
Yes. Have you seen him?
No. He says, "Now, you might want to... I don't know if it would help, but it might be worth going over to the Bulwark and checking over there." And this is probably the first time that you guys realise you're not in the Bulwark, where everything was taking place last night. He goes, "When you came here, it was very late at night, and from what I could gather, you'd left the Bulwark and not been allowed to return. Now, I know Nervan Nickelplate, the innkeeper over there, and it's not many people that she turns business away from, so I don't know what you did, but you all seemed quite agitated about them not letting you back in. But your money's always good here at the Merry Mason." He goes, "So I don't know if it's worth checking it out across the road, if she'll even answer the door to you, of course."
Oh, thank you. That's helpful. Yeah, I guess we need to kind of retrace our steps, yeah?
Well, couldn't hurt, could it? Who knows who's seen something? He goes back to his work, and Mary Beth sort of looks at you beginning your breakfast with a slightly agitated look on her face. It's like, yes, well, you couldn't hurry a little more, could you, at all?
I'll just kind of like slowly increase the tempo of my eating.
Yeah, Yorn, give me a Constitution save.
All right. Here we go. Time for me to puke, possibly. These good rolls have to end sometime. Why not now?
No.
You weren't ready for solid food, okay? You know, like sometimes you wake up, you're trying to rehydrate. That's the priority when you're hungover, right? And you try and have some breakfast. You weren't ready for it. As soon as the sausage links hit your belly, everything you just ate just fucking straight back out onto the plate in front of you.
I'm looking at Mary Beth as she says that, and I kind of look at home, like take the fork and stab a sausage, put it in my mouth, and immediately go flat.
Mary Beth just like sort of backs away. It's like, yes, well, I tell you what, I'll stay here at the Merry Mason in case he should return. Could you just let me know what you're able to find as soon as possible? We are supposed to be wed this afternoon. I think they'll wait for us for some small amount of time if things are running late, but I don't want the day to be ruined. Please, this day means everything to me.
Benedictus sits there and is deliberately just with a fork picking out just one scrambled egg piece at a time and looking at her, eating really slow.
she goes. Mary Beth walks over and picks up Benedictus' plate of breakfast, puts it in his lap, and then gets behind the zombie and begins to sort of push you towards the door. It's like, right, come along then. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your efforts in this. Begins pushing you towards the door.
I stand up, slide breath into my pocket, and walk after him.
I'll just pick up my toast, dip some honey in it, and while holding my toast, just follow.
I love this. You guys all just like walking out with your breakfast in hand. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna upturn my plate into a bag of holding that I have, and just kind of pat it like I'll save this for later.
Okay.
Which is disgusting to think about. It's just floating around in there.
As you leave the Merry Mason, where's my town map?
As we leave.
Sorry, yes, go ahead.
As we leave. Well, she's pushing me and I'm bloody annoyed. I use prestidigitation to recreate the smell of vomit straight into her face.
Good. Just go. She runs towards the toilets, and to try and get the smell off her. So she's going to remain there at the Merry Mason. As you open the door to the Merry Mason, step out. The early morning sunlight is blinding.
Who made the sun so loud? God.
Everybody give me a con save.
Oh, God.
$18.
19.
9 and a 4. Lila, you're sick as you step out onto the street. You know, just sometimes when you're really hungover, that like bright light, you get an intense headache and throw up. Okay.
Yeah. So Yorn has to, like, as a drow, I have to be hooded and shielded from the sun. So it's like extra rough. Like, even, roll or not, I'm just like, oh God, like, it's bad.
That's a good point. Yorn, give me a... no, you've already done con save, it's fine. As you step out and your eyes adjust to the bright morning light, it's the day after the festival, right? So the town is... And it's early morning, so town is dead quiet. There's a couple of people out and about sweeping the streets, and the cleanup has begun. There's kind of bunting and banners that have fallen down. There's a few kind of smashed bottles and things like that on the streets, and some other kind of like looks like maybe confetti, something like that that's sort of littering the streets. Someone's out there. A couple of gnomes are out there sweeping up. So all is pretty quiet. Except that in front of you, as you exit the Merry Mason into the town square of Alabaster, you see a small crowd gathering around the statue of Findus, and there appears to be some commotion going on there.
That doesn't sound good.
I'll just move up through the crowd. I don't give a bloody care. So I'm just hitting people in the shins and stuff, and in the calves. Move out of the way! Come on! Man with tenure coming through. Professor with tenure. Come on, move!
A gnome you recognise, one of your former students, actually, Benedictus, whips around and sees you and says, "Oh, Professor Axe, you're here just in time. Something awful happened last night."
What happened?
He goes, "Well, look for yourself." As you see the statue, you note that one of the emerald eyes from the statue of Findus has gone missing. I assume the rest of the group have kind of followed behind Benedictus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've just pulled down my veil a little bit to make sure
Sure.
that roguish qualities are a little better.
Everybody give me a history roll.
Oh, it's probably been some kind of tiefling wanting revenge. You know, those tieflings, they cannot be trusted.
I thought the same, Professor Axe.
Something blue.
What did you want? By the way, what did you want?
Mm-hmm.
A history roll.
Bean.
Jesus.
Lila.
Nothing to do with it.
Lila, you flash back to the events of the previous night. It is bustly out in the town square, and the four of you and Tannen are dancing around in the town square, and Tannen suddenly has a bright idea and grabs you. He's like, "I've got it! The new thing, the new thing. Well, this statue's new. Let's take the statue. Let's take the entire thing." Now, just to give you a sense of scale, this is like a life-size statue. So this is a bronze statue that is perhaps like 4 feet tall. He's like, let's take the statue. We'll have that as my something new for the ceremony.
It's a bad idea.
A bad idea.
But you might be able to get away with one of the jewels.
Hey, I like the way you think. All right, guys, we're gonna take one of the jewels. How should we get it?
Someone needs to climb up the statue, and maybe we can, relocate property for a bit.
That's the spirit. Now, there's 2 things that I'm seeing that could potentially be obstacles. I don't want to be... I like the energy at the moment. I like how everybody's jumped on board with that quite quickly. There is a night watchman guarding the statue, and the square itself is quite busy also. So, has anyone got any... I want that emerald. How do we get it?
Just move with the shadows.
Move through the shadows. That's what I'm saying. Yes, move through the shadows. You think you can do it?
Me?
Yeah.
I can do it, but why would I?
Are you kidding? Are we not? And he puts his arms, pulls everybody in. He's like, I thought we were the new best friends. You guys are all going to be there at my wedding tomorrow. And I just need some help getting something new to have for the traditions.
I'll distract the guard. I know him. His mother is a right bitch, so I don't mind doing something to the guard.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Okay, if everyone is in, I will just get it then.
I'll send the cat that's been sleeping on my armchair to the guard, and just go jump up to his face and go just having him.
Okay, I love that. Do we have to, should we do like a grapple roll or something?
I don't know.
Give me a what do I want? What is distraction gonna come under? Yeah, I want you to roll on behalf of the cat for a strength check, I guess. But it'll be your strength thing.
Oh, okay.
How many guards are there? And
There's just one. There's just one night watchman.
okay.
A strength check.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Unless you've got a better suggestion, I'm open to ideas on it.
I guess the strength of the cat. No, never mind.
Don't worry about it. A 3. This cat jumps up and latches onto the face of the night watchman next to the statue. And he starts to like thrash around, like, ah, no, goodness me, get this thing off me. He kind of successfully grabs the cat and throws it as far as he possibly can. Unfortunately, seeing this, a couple of revelers in the town square party see this, like, he's been cruel to a cat, get him! And being a good people who would never tolerate violence towards animals like that, suddenly this guy's like, no, I was just trying to get it off me. And
by the way, if he throws the cat,
yeah,
and it throws it far away and it lands, cats just have 1 hit point, and he probably goes, oh, because it's a familiar, so it's not a real cat. So it just goes a poof and disappears.
So the cat explodes in a puff of smoke, and the revelers don't even notice. They see the throw. They don't even look where the cat goes. Like, maybe there's one person in the crowd who's like, actually, I think it's too late. The party isn't. Everyone's drunk. They're just like, get him out of here. The night watchman is just like, takes off, is just like herring. He's like, no, I promise I'd never do anything like that. And you see him disappear off into the distance with sort of 6 or 7 people chasing him. I'm
shouting after them. I'm shouting after them. Yeah, and his mother beats dogs.
Get it.
This chair just floating back.
We'll get her afterwards. So the statue is now unguarded. It is, of course, still surrounded by townsfolk.
Impromptu performance. I'm gonna set up at like facing in the other direction and just like strum a note real loud and be like, "Who would like an encore?"
Give me a just a straight charisma check.
Okay, because I do have performance as a stat.
Give me just give me charisma.
All right. Let me see here. My charisma.
Which I'm
see if I can
assuming
riz
is a good
these pals.
Yeah.
15.
Nice. You call to the crowd. Who wants another go around? And you see a load of people whip round and just like, yeah. As you hit a chord, a crowd gathers, and you strike up the band.
Yeah. I rip immediately into one of the big, like, final, like, climactic songs on the album, which is called "The Ingenuity of Gnomish Mechanical Divinations."
And one of the guys near you is like, I love the ingenuity of Gnomish Mechanical Innovations. That's my favourite. Lila, are you in the mosh pit by any chance? You seem like you could be in the mosh pit at an event like this.
I would be normally, but I'm hiding behind the statue because I do not want to be seen. Right
Okay, fair enough. A bit of a mosh pit starts.
Benedictus is going to make sparks and fly in effect around Bjorn.
Getting some
Meanwhile,
pyro.
Keelan is basically disappeared into the shadows.
Excellent.
Cool. Give me a stealth, please, Keelan.
I will.
Oh my god.
My goodness.
Yeah, I see Keelan just kind of like vanish, and I'm like, all right, it's working, and I just like rip into this just blistering nasty solo and have dancing lights just like flashing and like basically keeping focus as much away from her as possible, just all light and along with the sparks from Benedictus. It's just like,
so let me set the scene here. It's the dead of night, the town square bathed in moonlight, and that's all. Yorn has taken up a position on the edge of the square and is absolutely rocking out. Next to him, Benedictus is shooting little pyro up into the air. Lila is keeping watch as Keelan scales the statue. And what faces you is this 4-foot bronze statue. With now, do you have any? How are you going to get this emerald out, Keelan?
I do use a dagger to just wriggle it out.
Give it a. What would that be? Give me a strength, I think.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
18.
You pop out an emerald and slip it into your pocket, and then presumably as fast as you can and invisibly climb back down the statue and return to Lila and the others. The memory.
Where is Tannen? Where is Tannen in all of this?
Tannen has been right in the middle of the mosh pit. As soon as you started playing, he couldn't resist. He's like, yes, yes. And now it works to help get the crowd pumped up, but he wasn't really thinking of that. He's just like rocking out. He's kind of forgotten about the emerald at this point. He's just
It's
like,
right.
But then he sort of comes to and is like, oh, fuck the thing. He walks out and walks over to Keelan and Lila, and he's like, did you get it?
I did.
You're amazing. Do you know that? I could never have done that. If I'd tried to climb up that thing, I'd have just slipped on my ass and fallen over. It's been really embarrassing. He's like, thank you so much. Can I take hold of it? Is that all right? Just so I can keep everything together. I promise we'll give it back. Don't worry. I'm not interested. We've got enough wealth. I told you about my fiance, right? You know, she's from good stock. I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that.
Ooh. Okay, here you go. Your problem.
You're a treat. He slips the emerald into his pocket. The memory of this event fades. Whose memory were we in then? I think it was Lila's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it as read that with any of these flashbacks, any pertinent knowledge you're going to share with the group. But you're back amongst you're back in the morning after, and the crowd are trying to work out what's going on. And Benedictus' former student, looks up at him and is like, well, yeah, like you say, Professor Axe, it's probably a tiefling or something that came into town and took it as some kind of awful payment, you know.
I think for sure it's not a tiefling.
Am I also remembering now what has happened last night or not?
Yeah, you've all got some version of that memory from your own perspective.
Okay.
You all know that that the last you saw of that emerald, Tannen had it and was taking it for his wedding.
Yeah, for sure. A tiefling, yes.
Good. The night watchman from the previous night walks up looking a bit sorry for himself. You can see he's got like scratch marks on his face from a cat. A couple of his clothes are a bit sort of tattered. And he goes, yes, well, we'll have to start a search party for this tiefling, won't we? But maybe I'm sure it'll wait until this afternoon. He turns to another one of the guards who's now on duty, and he's like, just you keep an eye out for any trouble in case of anyone trying to come and take the other one. So that scene continues with people discussing the missing emerald.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh no. No, it's just Yorn like as the dawning and watching this all happening and doing like the shifty eyes, like looking back and forth from Lila and Benedictus as this is happening. He's just like well, this fucking sucks.
I walk to the guard and say, I think I have the perfect search party for this. I'm one of the servants of King Cadanil, and we will get it back.
Oh
Don't
my!
worry about it.
He looks absolutely thrilled. He's like, I didn't expect anyone serving the Elven King to become involved with this. I mean, any help you can give us would be incredible. Thank you so much. He's like, I would check all the taverns around the town. Anyone who's likely to have taken it, they may well be if it is someone from out of town, they may have been staying in one of the inns.
Yeah, who can say? There are so many people here from out of town. Any sneaky person could have been the one to pry it loose with a dagger, perhaps.
He sort of looks at you perplexed for a moment. It's like, yeah, it could be, I suppose. Yeah.
We'll do the searching. I'm part of this, and yeah. So don't worry. We know what we do, and I remember what your grandpa did like 200 years ago, and you don't talk like that, young man.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Professor
You know
Axe.
what
I'm
to
sorry.
do.
I didn't realise you were with them, Professor Axe. That's on me. Thank you so much for helping. Cool.
We have
So
to find that stone.
Where to next? You were on your way to the bulwark when you noticed the scene.
Yeah. I think we start at the start.
Back to the bulwark.
Yeah, let's go to the bulwark.
As you head across the remainder of the town square, I mean, it's not a huge square, but it's quite a nice open plaza area. This, so it's got it's a good to walk from the bulwark to the Merry Mason is probably like maybe like 3 minutes walking in a straight line. So it's a decent sized square. As you're walking to the bulwark, a woman walks out. A gnomish woman walks out of the bulwark and spots you coming towards the door, and goes, "Well, you've got a lot of nerve." Everyone, give me a history roll.
All right.
Again, oh my god.
Plus. First, yes.
Finally.
Hey,
Oh, 7! Oh my god.
Oh yes.
big boys.
We're sobering up, baby.
Benedictus, you have a memory flash to the events of the previous evening, and as you were dancing around the square with Tannen, you notice there's a building which you obviously know very well, Benedictus, on the south edge of the square, and Tannen's sort of like going along dancing around. He's like, I haven't been able to think of anything that we could get that would be something borrowed. And he looks at the library and he's sort of like,
Wait, wasn't the eye the borrowed thing?
no, the
Oh,
eye
you were
was
the
the
old
eye.
thing.
The eye was something new
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
because the statue had just been erected a couple of days earlier. He looks at the thing and goes, "Wait a minute, that's perfect. Where'd you borrow things? A library. Where'd you borrow things from if not a library? Come on, come on!" And he just like takes off towards the library very very excitedly. I'm assuming that you guys follow on, but as you catch up to him, you find him having a heated, spirited discussion with the woman who triggered this memory flash, who is stood in the doorway. And as you approach, you hear him say, "Well, I may not be a gnome, but I'm marrying one tomorrow. That's got to count for something. I'm very sorry, but we only lend books to gnomish residents of Alabaster. I cannot help you if you do not have a library card."
Well, we have somebody right here, don't we? Not pointing at. I'm like thumbing at Benedictus.
She looks at Yorn and is like, "And who are you?"
Oh, well, surely you've heard me across town. You're Nyric, at your service, ma'am.
Are you the awful one making all the caterwauling this evening and getting everybody into a very loud, very noisy frenzy?
Hey, I keep respectfully, I'll keep it out of your library.
Well,
But
I
yes,
should hope
that is
so
me.
too. I don't know what traditions exist where you are from, sir. She makes like air quotes when she says sir. She says, "But here at the Alabaster Library and Archive, we insist on complete quiet, all right?"
I'll do like the zip lip, flick the key sort of thing. It's like, on my word, no music in your house of learning and books.
She says, "Well, very well then. I must go back indoors and attend to my work." She walks back inside, leaving you outside with Tannen, who immediately looks at Benedictus. He's like, "Listen, mate, I need a big favour." He's like, "I need a favour from you, my mate."
Can I do something very quickly as she
Sure.
turns around to walk away, Martin?
Yes, please.
I want to reach into my bag of holding and grab a sticker of my band name is New Y Neontok, which means Jaws of the Void in Drow. I want to like carefully like stick it to where it like grabs onto her back as she walks away.
Give me
So she's a walking.
Give me a
advertisement.
stealth. Give me a stealth check.
I will. Oh, it's +8. Don't mind
What?
if I do. Yes, sir.
Nine.
Yep.
19.
Nice.
19.
You successfully deploy the sticker onto her back. She'll be furious when she finds out about it, I tell you.
Yeah, I'll kind of elbow Keelan and be like, huh? Huh? I can be sneaky too.
So Tannen says to Benedictus, he's like, "Look, can you go in there and look? Let's make it poetic. They must have books about the Tiefling invasion. Let's get one of those for sort of the poetry of it, if you like."
The only answer he's getting is
Benedictus has fallen asleep, I see. He shakes you awake. It's like, Benny! Benny! I thought you died, Benny. You were going to end up with your zombie friend here.
oh. So, what are we doing?
He said, "Benny, you just volunteered. Very kind of you. You just volunteered to go because you've got a library card here, right? You come and read books here at the library."
Well, not now. It's a festival.
Yeah, no, I know that, but they're open. They're open all the time.
Oh, you want something borrowed? I remember. I don't have. Yeah.
Yeah, can you get a book
Okay.
about the Tiefling invasion? It would just be so poetic on this weekend.
Okay. Well, let's go in.
Just what you think is poetic.
Can I open the door? Or...
Yeah. So it's open. As you go in, you can see the librarian. Who you haven't asked her name yet. You don't know her name yet. You haven't asked it, but I'd encourage you to do so because it's a really good one. You see the librarian.
I guess I know.
That's true, actually. You do know. I suppose you want to share it with everybody else? Or you know, Benedictus,
I'm-
from your many hundreds of years in Alabaster, that this is Queggle Mint Farm, the librarian, the head librarian of the Alabaster Library and Archive. And you
How
see,
do we write that? Oh my god, Martin.
Hang on, I'll put it in chat.
She's well known in town for releasing her own like exercise book called Kegels with Quiggle.
Okay, all right.
Quaggle! The group. There's silent one, loud one, woody one, and the drunk one.
She just whips round. Shh! For goodness sake, Benedictus, you should know as well as anybody. She hurries over to you and drops her voice to a whisper, but a very aggressive whisper. It's like, if you would like to borrow a book, you are very welcome to do so, as you fully know, but please keep it down. By the way, this building has got quite good soundproofing, but even within even with that in mind, you can still hear the kind of low thrum of a party happening outside, right? So this has evidently contributed to her mood, because she's used to the library being a sanctuary of silence, and the fact that she's in there in her sanctuary and can still hear the outside world, I think has not sat too well with her. She's like, now, what is it you are looking for at this time of night, Benedictus?
Oh, a book about the invasion.
And she looks sort of pleased. She's like, oh, well, I suppose there's never a bad time to this is a perfect time of year to be reading up on the history. It's nice to see people taking an interest in something other than drinking, frankly, over this weekend. She goes, yes, certainly. I have just the thing, actually. A lovely tome by, you will have known him, of course, Benedictus, before he passed, Hornux Babblebrook. He wrote a rather good account of the battle. I'll be back in just one moment.
Oh, what a great what a great author Babelbrook was. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
He was a marvelous author, but please,
He was very good, yes.
I must implore you. I shall have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, well, everybody thinks he's a wonderful author, to Jorn, but
She just looks back at Benedictus and sort of like that's very uncouth to talk about such things. You know, we don't talk about his rumored problems. You know, she heads off towards the bookcases. They're obviously quite tall, and she is not. She pulls out of her pocket a little box with a button, and when she pushes the button on top, a 30-foot ladder springs out of the box, and she scales up this ladder and thumbs through sort of like thumbing along, you know, just like let me see here. Yes, here we are. Babblebrook, marvelous, and she pulls this thick leather-bound volume out of the shelf and returns to you. She goes, "Here we are, the Battle of Great Striving, an account of the Tiefling invasion of Alabaster by Hornux Babblebrook," and she places it into the hands of Benedictus, and says, "Now, is there anything else, or will you be on your way and get back to the..." She waves off outside towards the windows, like into the nonsense. "Do please be careful with the book, won't you, if you're going back into the quote-unquote festivities."
Yeah, no, of course, you know me. I've been
Well,
beyond 40 years of caring for books.
you've always returned them in pristine condition, Benedictus. Please do not put a black mark on your record. I put my trust in you. And the rest of you...
Could we bring you a drink or perhaps a snack from outside?
I do not require anything from outside. Thank you very much, my good sir. Now, kindly be on your way.
What?
Go on, go. Let's go.
We need to go. She drinks the blood of noisy people. So let's just go.
Tannen's like, as you walk outside the library, Tanner's like, well done, mate. Thank you. Can I see it? Do you mind if I see it?
Yeah, here it is.
He takes a book and starts thumbing through the pages. Nobody really knows why. He does not, he's not really in any fit state to be reading words at the moment. He sort of like keeps like moving the book further and closer, like away from his eyes and towards his eyes to try and get it into focus. And then he kind of gives up on it and just like, brilliant, thanks, mate. Stuffs it in his satchel.
Did you know I get mentioned in that book?
You're mentioned in that. This is what I love about you, Ben. What does it say about you in there, Benny?
Yeah, well, they're talking about Findus Fluggin and how great he is and stuff. And then he gets a drink from a boy, water boy.
A water
So you're the water boy?
That's probably me.
That, mate, he grabs you by the shoulders and looks into your eyes way too close. Like, he gets right in your personal space and he's like, I want you to know that I respect you. Alright? I respect everything you did for this town and are still doing. Not enough people know about your talents, in my opinion.
Wait,
Yes,
Benny,
thank
that was
Well,
you? You're a local celebrity, man.
I kind of less respect you right now. Get out of my face.
Well, all right. Well, keep your hair on. The memory of this library incident fades, and you're back in the morning after with Queggle Mint Farm striding across the square with a rather terse look on her face, and she says, she looks right at Yawn and goes, I say, sir, it is one thing to come into one's library and act very uncouth and loud against all of our traditions and rules and policies. It is quite another, sir, to put your musician merchandise on me unknowingly, as I discovered upon my return home last night. And what do you have to say for yourself?
Yeah, that was a good trick, but please keep it down. Keep it down.
Oh, you want me to keep it down now, is it? Well, I remember a certain time when I was hoping for people to keep it down and be a bit more reasonable.
Still screaming, yes. Mm-hmm.
And what did you do, sir? You come into my library and act very foolishly. And what is more, sir? You insult my honor and make it appear as if I am a supporter of your works, of which I must say I am not.
Well, you get your marketing how you can, these grassroots DIY sorts of things. You've got to do it. But what is the problem exactly? Like, your return policy is pretty strict if you're already looking for this book.
I am not looking for the book. I was coming over here to reprimand you for behaving so loutishly in my library and for putting a sticker on me, sir, which I do not appreciate.
Okay, well, good. Good, because the guy and the book are both totally fine and accounted for, and there's really no reason for you to even ask about that. Please stop screaming.
I didn't. I didn't ask about the book at all. You're making me more suspicious now, frankly.
I walk up to the woman and just tell her that everything will be fine and that Jorn is so sorry for his behavior last night, but that he drank a little bit too much.
Give me a persuasion roll, Keelan. Oh.
An 8. But oh my god, that's a natural one.
That's a nat one.
Plectic about a sticker on her back.
Actually, can you roll it again, please, Keelan? And the reason I say that is because you all should have disadvantage on ability checks while we're in the morning after. Not in not in flashbacks, but in the morning after you did at the moment.
Oh, that's great. I love that mechanically.
You already got the lowest possible.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I suppose that is true. But for the sake of process,
Shame.
she looks at you and says, warm words are all very well and good, my dear, but actions speak far louder. I suggest you all curb your behavior. Do not return to my library the way you did last night. And you, Benedictus, I suggest you think about the company that you keep.
As she says that, I walk to the bush and then finally throw up again.
Nice. Love that. Love that. Queggle is disgusted. She's like, oh, go on, please. Go about your day, for goodness sake. She walks off back towards the library, leaving you all.
As we walk away, I make the zombie go do this to the library.
Good. So there you are. You are left in the town square, somewhat close to the bulwark.
Can I contact my special contact to ask if they know where Thanon is?
Yeah, reach out to them. Is it who is your special contact?
Ooh.
I have many special contacts, and I know some local people here. So I have like a whole network of people. So I just have to find one in this square. So probably
isn't one of them the innkeeper at the bulwark actually?
yeah, that's
Sounds very plausible.
Yeah. So I would love to talk to her.
Fire away to the bulwark. It is. As you go to the bulwark, you open the. Let me set the scene as you open the door to the bulwark. Benedictus, you know the place very well. And Jorn, you probably remember before you got hammered what this place. In fact, you all probably remember from before the drinking began what this place looks like. It's quite a large open room, and in the corner there's a nice little stage area set up with a kind of room for a kind of something of a dance floor in front of it. The most kind of striking feature of the bulwark is that they have, on one wall, they have a sort of mounted piece of brickwork. And this brickwork is, it's just like a dozen connected bricks that are all blue in colour. And these bricks are mounted on the wall. Everybody give me a history check.
Okay.
On the disadvantage, is it?
No, not on the history checks. But thank you for checking.
Okay. Oh, that's really
Some
bad.
big rolls, nice. Keelan, we flash back into your memories to the previous night inside the bulwark. This, from what you can tell in this memory, this seems to have taken place before the incident with the statue and the library, and the festivities are in full flow. Everybody's in strong voice, in high spirits, and Tannen is there with you, of course, and he's like, "Guys, look! This is the perfect way to start. Look!" And he points at the wall. He's like, "Benny, wake up! Benny!" He starts shaking Benny. Benny,
Yes.
look, something, and he points at this commemorative, these blue bricks. He's like, guys, something blue. It's right there. It's like, let's get one of the bricks. They'll never even notice it. 12 bricks, 11 bricks. Is it? No one will even know it's gone.
Oh, that is perfect.
He looks at Lila. He's like, Lila, you got me in one of those arm wrestles. You're so strong. Do you think you can get one of those bricks? And we'll just maybe the rest of us could sort of make a little wall or something so other people can't see.
Okay.
Send the brick house after the bricks. Look at her.
And
You know,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I can maybe create a destruction if I want. Is it an idea?
This is an amazing idea.
Yeah. Now I'll move up to the other side of the room. Well, I let the zombie move me up to the other side of the room, and there I go. Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack. Oh, is this it? After 340 years. Oh.
This needs medical attention.
You see the innkeeper sprint out from behind the bar. It's like, don't worry, Benedictus, Nervan's coming for you. She pushes through the crowd. She's a gnomish woman of a very sort of stocky build, and she's, she kind of effortlessly kind of elbows people out of the way. It's like, come on, make room. She gets to Benedictus. She's like, come on, darling, don't leave us now. Not like this. Not on the festival, please. The town can't handle that. She starts doing chest compressions on you, just really shoving into your chest quite hard.
Start playing a ye old version of Staying Alive, so she can keep pace with the CPR.
Give me performance.
Yes. Very good. All right. Oh, baby. Quite a bonus on performance, I must say. 26.
Ooh.
Oh, nice, Jorn.
Yeah, you strike up a really nice rhythm, and she's Nervin continues with the compressions.
If possible, I would love to. Oh no, that's also vocal. No, never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
I cannot do it.
I'm just at the back wall, just trying to blend in with the wall, so I can just lodge out a brick.
Okay, how are you going to do it, Lila?
Possibly a dagger as well, to just shove it in
I
there.
make-
Just...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I make the zombie. I also lose animate death on the zombie, so it slumps.
Okay.
It just falls apart because it's a animated body. It falls apart, so it hammers more home that I'm dead.
Nice.
We're losing him!
Nerva's like, no, Benedictus, please! She grabs you and starts breathing into your mouth. She starts doing CPR, breath, airways, kind of breathing into your mouth. So, come on, Benedictus, please!
As the nasty man Benedictus is, he just goes.
She recoils. It's like, oh, were you having me on? And she slaps Benedictus across the face. Meanwhile, Lila, you're trying to get this dagger in. The problem is these bricks are held together with sort of cement. Give me a strength roll. Oof. The bricks stay firm as this distraction continues. Tannen walks over. He's like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
I need a hand. I can't get these loose.
All right, come on, we'll do it together. Let's do. Give me a strength with advantage. As Tannen's gonna help. In fact, tell you what, you do it normally, and I'll do it normally for Tannen. Let me just see what bonus he's got on strength, if any. Woof. He's like, Tannen's like, the brick, trying to get a brick out does not budge. Tannen's like, fuck it, and he picks up the entire thing of these 12 bricks. It's not huge, right, but it's quite heavy and definitely a lot more noticeable. He picks up the entire thing. It's like mounted on on hooks on the wall, and he just lifts it off the wall and goes, "Fucking run!" And he just legs it past the CPR scene with Benedictus, and just bolts out of the door carrying these 12 connected bricks. And he just
I see this happening and like way too loud. Yorn is like, "Nervin, Benedict, why would you do this to Nervin?" And I'm just like trying really hard to like keep her attention right here.
Oh, you saved me! Oh, you saved me! Oh, I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for.
You scared us to death.
She goes, "You must think I'm born yesterday, Benedictus. You and all your friends, get out of here." And then and she orders you out. A couple of security guys, or a couple of like big guys in the crowd, sort of start to usher you out of the door.
Yorn, push me.
Oh yeah, you don't have a zombie anymore.
Yorn push me.
I don't care who pushes him. Just get him out of here. And then as you're exiting the door, and the two big guys who are pushing you, they close the door behind you, and as the door's being closed, you just hear Nervin go, "Where the fucking hell are my bricks?"
At this point, I do start pushing. I'm like, "Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go."
The flashback ends as you enter the bulwark, and that memory that you all have of that that scene, the blue bricks on the wall. You notice that they are conspicuous by their absence still.
I will say in the night before when we're in the memory, because I have no zombie anymore. But in the morning I had a zombie.
Yes.
When we're outside and safe, Benedictus gets out a bag from one of the side pouches on the recliner. Oh, maybe he opens up the seat, the armrest, and just pulls out a bag and opens the bag of Colding. And just dunks out a body, a fresh body. Does his little spell, and another zombie up, and he has it back.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love Benedict's supply of nurse zombies. You walk into the...
Watching this in horror, like slowly reaching into my own bag and like pulling out a piece of sausage link to try to eat again. It's like, that's disgusting.
So you walk into the bulwark, the blue brick display, which was there's a plaque underneath it that explains the provenance of this brick of these bricks, which is that it was part of the old defensive wall of Alabaster, and this section of bricks was taken from the original wall following the Tiefling invasion at the Battle of Great Striving. The plaque remains, but the bricks are no more and are elsewhere. And Nervin looks up from behind the bar and goes, "Oh, I get it. Return to the scene of the crime, is it, Benedictus?"
Oh, you liked it too.
Nervin, it's good to see you again.
Actually, Benedictus, give me just give me a straight charisma.
-5.
No, that's not
no.
too bad. My strength is the worst. Should have done charisma. It would have been a little more logical. 19.
She, her face softens a little, and she's like, "Look, whether I liked it or not is besides the point, Benedictus. It was still a very mean little trick that you played. I was worried sick about you, I was."
No, it's fine. Just a little joke on my age. Yeah.
Now, Keelan, you were looking to make contact with a member of a network.
I show her a small letter with a sign of the king, and ask her if she knows where Tannen is.
She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise." She pulls you aside to speak to you more discreetly in the corner. She's like, "It's Tannen's that arsehole who stole our bricks last night, isn't he?"
Yeah, he is.
Aye.
We're trying to find him, bring him to his wedding this evening, and then return all the things he stole yesterday.
Aye. I don't know where he is. I'd like to see him myself, truth be told. If you find him, you send him here as well. But if I hear anything,
Will.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
So, I'm going to make a space for a short break very soon. But before we do that, what are your thoughts? Benedictus is asleep. Where thoughts, team? Lila, what do you think about everything that's gone on?
I'm just trying to blend in with the wall and trying to eat toast to make sure that I don't throw up again.
And Keelan, your thoughts? Where do you go from here? No sign of Tannen in the town square, or at the bulwark or the Merry Mason.
He still needs something old, right?
Yes.
So what is the oldest thing in this town?
Our sleeping party member.
Because Benedict is here, so
Very
it's
good.
clearly not Benedict.
Nervin's like, well, there's a lot of old things in Alabaster. Benedictus is pretty old, but he's not the oldest thing here. I don't know. Why are you looking for something old?
Because probably Tannen did look for it as well.
She goes, well, I suppose you could ask the mayor or Queggle Mint Farm not long ago left here. She works at the library. I don't know if you've run into her at all.
Oh, we've we've talked with Quaggle. I don't think she wants to talk to us anymore.
No, I don't think we are in her favor. But we can try the mayor.
Aye. Well, he could be at his house, or I saw his daughter this morning. She looked quite. She came in looking for for Tannen as well, actually. So she's like. She said she was going over to Merry Mason to see if he was over there.
That's where we woke up.
Yeah, that's where she found us. Maybe best to just ask her where her dad would be. Then we can find
Aye, she's
her dad if she doesn't know.
She's bound to know where he is. Yeah, bloody.
Yeah, maybe we go speak with the future father-in-law.
Cool. So, back to the Merry Mason, is it?
Yeah, I think that's best.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, doke.
As we're leaving, I turn to Nerva and I'm going to say, Mrs. Nickelplay, thank you so much for giving me your venue to perform in last night. It was an honor. If you encounter Mrs. Mintfarm again, please give her this, and I'm going to hand her a sticker.
It's like, aye, I will do. It were a great show. I got to say that it were a great show. She goes, you know something, you lot. 28 years I've been the innkeeper here at the Bullock, and I've never seen people as on one as you lot were last night. That's going to take some topping, I tell you.
Yeah, we bring the party with us.
She goes, you look terrible, the lot of you. Here. And just before you leave, she pours some kind of liquid into a cup for each of you. Hands you each a cup.
Oh.
I just chug it.
Yeah, I'll raise it, say, I'll kind of to you, dear, with a wink, and then, yeah, I'll put it down as well.
As you all drink the fluid, your level of exhaustion is removed. You no longer have disadvantage on ability checks. You don't. Ooh. I wouldn't say you feel 100%, but it definitely helps. It's cool and refreshing, and brings you back to somewhat to your senses.
Oh, that was just what I needed, and I just grab my piece of bread and start eating.
She winks at Keelan and just briefly pushes her sleeve up and shows a tattoo on her upper arm, which is the emblem of the Elven King. It's like, go get him. Cool. So back towards the Merry Mason.
Right, where are we going?
Just
We've
to
made
the
a big
other
loop.
side. Yeah. But just go on sleeping. We'll just drag you along. It's fine. Water boy.
Water boy. You
Halfway there, Benedict falls asleep again, and just the zombie stops walking. And then he scares awake again, and the zombie starts walking again.
Should we just get a rope on him so we can just drag him along?
I love that backup plan.
Kind of zombie rickshaw, just carrying him everywhere.
As you enter the Merry Mason again, and the innkeeper, whose name you never asked, but you should because it's a very good one.
He's called. I know the names of everybody here. He's called.
What is he called? He's called Janus Jingles. That's what he's called.
Janus Jingles.
God, he's named after my father.
As you walk in to the Merry Mason, Janus Jingles is just there, doing whatever it is, just some busy work. Yeah, always.
Because Janice wrote a book that's in the library too about social gatherings. It's called Jingles Mingles.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, I think
it-
he
is
does
it-
that was him, wasn't it? It's more like a
this way?
pamphlet.
Yeah, yeah, it's short, you know.
Is it spelled this way? Put it in chat.
Yes, that's exactly how it's spelled.
Yeah, that's my dad's name.
Really?
Well, the jingle's not, but
Okay, that's good to know. So Janice Jingles is there, kind of continuing, just like getting the place ready, sort of, you know, wiping down the tables and so on. He's like, oh, you're back already.
Yeah, we're kind of going around in circles a bit. Is there anything else that you can tell us?
we figured it out, and it was you did it. You did everything.
What?
Yeah, give up the stuff. No.
No, what are you talking about?
I'm just kidding.
Benedictus, you are a strange gnome.
Yeah, it takes gnome to know gnome.
As we say around here, that is true. And as we also say, you are rubber, I am gnome. No, wait. Hold on. Wait. I always get these wrong. So
Before this grows more hostile and turns into a no man's land, could you please tell us where we might be able to find the mayor?
find the mayor? Well, is he not already at the chapel for the wedding?
Oh crap!
Oh no.
And is is she still here? Or
Mary,
is she?
Mary Beth, you mean?
Wait. Yeah.
He looks really confused and looks at Lila and goes, "What do you mean? She left with you 10 minutes ago."
I thought she said that she was staying here.
Yeah, you all went off to go and find Tannen, and then he points at Lila, is like, you came back in 10 minutes ago and said you'd found him.
Which way did she go?
Wait,
When she came back.
We didn't say we found him.
Yeah, just you came in on your own. I don't know what the other three of you... Are you lot still drunk?
But who
You came
here?
in, Lila. You came in, person whose name I now know as Lila, and he's like, and she left with you. Couldn't be more than 10, 15 minutes ago. You said that you found him, and he was
with us for whole time.
You
right?
said that you said you'd found him, and he was waiting at the chapel for her.
I turn to Lila and go, "What do you have to say for yourself, young lady?"
Lila, give me a history check.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
This this incident is not a flashback. This incident did not happen. You never came, as you well know, because you've been with the group the whole time. You never returned to the Merry Mason.
Yeah, I was with the group this whole time.
Janice's face goes pale. He's like, I tell you now that I saw you come and collect that girl to take her to her wedding.
Yeah. Yorn is going to pretty urgently approach Janice and kind of both shoulders, not like shaking, but just like a hey, square up with me, sir, it is very important that you tell us which way she headed when she left with Maribeth.
They said they found Tannen and were going to the chapel for the wedding.
We've got to get to that chapel, everyone.
And
Yeah,
I think that
let's
is
go.
a very good point for us to take a short recess. As the thick plottens. So I am gonna just drop off the call for 10 minutes. I'm going to put this on BRB for a few minutes, and then I'll rejoin the call in a little while, team, and we will pick up the adventure presently. I don't know what's going on with my... Something really strange is going on with my computer at the moment, and it's like being really weird. That I'll look into another time. So yeah, we're going to put you on BRB, and then we will see what the fuck is going on when we return. Thanks, team. See you in a little bit. As they grow closer, you see that this group of figures are a group of suspiciously similar looking humans that are all dressed in either a red or a green jumper. They are all white, and you can barely tell the difference. When you look closely, you can see that these are different people from one another, but at a glance, you can barely tell the difference from one to the next. All the men are in good gym shape. They've got short, neatly cut brown hair. A couple of them have got very faint stubble, but definitely no facial hair. All the women are platinum blonde, with blonde down to roughly their shoulders, and again, very tidy shape. And they just have a sort of disarmingly... It would be easy to think that they looked quite nice and innocent, but actually what you see is quite sinister as they approach. And this horde, and I'm saying there are 30 of these guys approach. You hear a voice in just a very nondescript accent that could be really from anywhere say, "There they are! Get 'em!" Can you all please roll initiative?
Yes.
As soon as I did see the big group, I throw a bless upon Mailer,
Nice.
Joran, and Giovanna.
Absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
excellent. Thank you.
17.
So sorry, let me take these. So initiative. So Giovanna 17 was that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zora.
Initiative, where are you?
Hello, folks. How are we all doing? Hope you're enjoying this adventure. We've had a couple of follows. Marklar the OK, who I know is a friend of Jan's. Oh, and in fact, it's Katie as well, isn't it? 2 friends of Jan's. That's what we like to see. The family spreading far and wide. Hello, Kate, as well. And hello, everybody who's come in during that adventure. Adrian, hello. Whoever else. Mikey. Apologies if I missed anybody. Yarrow, I think you were already here before we started. Cockers, belatedly, thanks again for bringing the fam along for this adventure. Aren't they doing well, folks, eh? Getting very mysterious up in Alabasta. What on earth is going on? When last we heard, after these drunken flashbacks to the group helping Tannen ahead of his wedding to obtain something borrowed, something blue, and something new, they returned to the Merry Mason to find that somebody purporting to be Lila has only bloody turned up and taken Mary Beth off to the chapel, saying that they found Tannen and he's at the chapel waiting for her. What could it all mean, my friends? Goodness knows. The only way we'll find out is by resuming our tale. It's warm in here. It's warm in my house. That's on me. I could use a fan. I've got a fan down here. Let's use that. Hey, Lila. Lila, meanwhile, swears up and down. Well, in fact, it's impossible for her to have been there, because she was with the group the whole time, trying to search out Tannen. Very mysterious indeed. Hello, dead man. Good to see you as well, my friend. So yeah, let's rejoin our adventurers and have a quick hello. Hopefully, they have all had a piss, had a drink, and are feeling good about life. Let's see what's going on over here on Discord. Hello,
there we are.
adventurers. Hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing?
Greetings.
Just
think
got
we only-
asked about the technicalities of my chair.
Yeah.
Go on, tell us more.
I think I have to look up the spell. But basically, it's an enchanted chair.
Yeah. Enchanted chair, yeah. It's always an absolute thrill when you're playing D&D and Fuero is one of your players, because you know he's going to be like, I am going to make a character that is just going to blow your hair back, you know?
I think it's... No, it's not levitate.
As soon as he
It's
told
one
me...
of the...
Go ahead.
It's one of the spells that makes you, like, hover a little bit above the ground, but oh, it's just called hover. Oh, no, it is levitate.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
as soon as he I said, yeah, you know, you're in. He's like, great, I'm going to do this character. He's like, and I want them to have a zombie nurse. Okay. Yeah,
Very clever.
Very good. Well, friends, we left on a little bit of a cliffhanger just a few moments ago with the shocking discovery that Janice Jingles, the innkeeper at the Merry Mason, says that he has just seen Lila not too long ago come and retrieve Mary Beth in the time that you guys were away. You weren't even away that long. You're probably on your way about an hour. And much of this was given over to sort of strained thought while you tried to recall the events of last night. And took Mary Beth off, supposedly, towards the chapel. Now, I think last night, Tannen mentioned that the wedding was due to take place not at the First Church of Alabaster, but at the Chapel of Rebirth, which is, wouldn't you know it, just round the bloody corner from the Merry Mason, so it's not even far to go.
See.
It's up there in the northeast of the map.
I have a question.
Go.
Would Benedict know if the mayor would approve of because he's human, right? The Tannen.
Tannen is human.
Yeah, would approve with that interspecies relationship.
Tannen indicated to you last night that he was fine. That he said that his father-in-law to be was a stand-up guy. That he's like they. If you remember, he said that they were from like old money. This family, they're an old Alabaster, well-known family going back generations. But they're not stuffy with it. He said he's like they're not like stuck up about that kind of thing. He's been really accepting of him, and has been fully on board with the wedding.
Okay.
So as you presumably hair around the corner and up the road towards the Chapel of Rebirth, Lila, what's going through your head? Because this must be a bit of a mind fuck when Janice is saying that he saw saw you come and get Mary Beth. What are you thinking?
There must be some sort of strange magic or doppelgangers, or because I'm pretty much veiled due to my tiefling horns being on show. Someone must have seen what I was wearing and tried to get me in trouble for being a tiefling and leaving traces where I was with my party.
Fair enough. You arrive at the Chapel of Rebirth, and push the doors open, and the scene in front of you is thus. It's a pretty normal chapel. It's quite a reasonably modest place, but nicely decorated. And there are some nice floral arrangements around the room. At the front, at the altar, there's like a font, like a bowl, big bowl at the front, and there is a low level fire raging within the bowl. And the
As we
Go ahead.
into the as we get into the church and open the doors up dramatically, I'll just go object, not knowing if there's gonna be anything happening.
Brilliant. The 3 people visible to you in the room all whip round as the doors open. They hear your voice.
I've always
Kind
wanted to say
of confused. And the 3 people at the front are a priest who's stood where you'd expect him to be, at the kind of in the middle, right at the back, waiting for about where he would be to do a wedding ceremony. You see the mayor of Alabaster, who Benedictus, you obviously know what he looks like. An older gnome sitting on the front bench. There appear to be no other guests, and the only other person at the front stood next to this altar, which is burning with a low purple flame, is Tannen. And he whips around, and give me a perception check. Everybody.
All of us?
Why not?
Purple flame, purple flame. Roll.
Benedictus, you...
Oh,
I rolled a 1. Jeez.
that's 20.
Benedictus,
Hey, we found him.
you spot in the altar that there are objects in there that are... if they're not conducting the flame, they're in the fire anyway. They are an emerald, a leather-bound book, which is taken some damage, frankly, and one of the blue bricks from the wall. It's unclear what's become of the rest of them. And they are all in the fire. Tannen turns round and sees you coming through the door and says, "Friends, you made it! How absolutely splendid! Come on in, please. Take a seat. You're just in time. We're just awaiting the arrival of my bride."
Tannen, why are these things in the fire?
He says, "Why? Because we need them for the... I told you, they're the tradition to have these items. And you were... all of you. So I cannot thank you enough. I'm sorry that I had to leave earlier this morning to prepare, but I can't thank you enough for your help. And without you, I would never have been able to have these items. Something borrowed, something blue, and something new. You couldn't have done more, honestly."
Well, where's the something old?
Tannen, where's your bride?
Yeah, that was like the first one. Where is it? What is it?
What was that, Keelan? I think it was.
No, I didn't
Or-
say
I said,
it.
Tannen,
sorry,
where's your
Lila.
bride?
Where is she? Well, she's about to enter, of course.
Are there no guests invited for this wedding?
We always wanted a small service.
What do you have as something old?
Lots
Not
of questions. Lots
Yeah.
of questions.
So where is your bride to be? Where is she in the back or?
He smiles and says, "Well, I suppose you'd see soon enough anyway." And he pulls, he reaches down to this lever that's on the side of the altar and pushes it down.
Oh dear.
And Mary Beth descends from the ceiling. She's being, she's kind of in a sort of harness, you know, and is unconscious. And he looks and says, "I told you she was from old money, didn't I? Old blood?"
Oh no.
Oh dear.
He says, "I thank you again." And as he starts to talk, his voice changes, and you see that as he speaks, his form also changes, and two great horns emerge from his forehead and push back over his head, and his voice drops and becomes more gravelly. And now he addresses you and says, "I told you the items I needed, but I never read to you the full prophecy. It was in this book, if you'd care to read it. Something old whose line is frail, something new that gleams and shines, something borrowed that tells our tale, something blue our fates entwine. Bring these items to the altar and set them each ablaze. And if your courage does not falter, our bygone dead of old shall raise." As Mary Beth's unconscious form reaches the floor, he pulls out a knife and makes a small incision along her arm. And then looking at you and laughing, he throws the knife into the fire as well. He says, "For 300 years, these gnomes have mocked my people, laughed at us." And he looks at Lila and says, "Our people." He says, "Did you
I
honestly
love
think
them
I would not
all.
recognize one of my own?" He says, he looks at Lila and goes, "Now is the time, my friend. The tieflings will rise again. We will destroy Alabaster forever and wipe it clear off the map. Will you join me and do this for our people?"
She's a tiefling?
I flick my veil like a bunch of hair on my back, and I just walk out of the church, ignoring Tannen.
Cool. He says, he looks at the remaining ones of you and says, "The deed is done. The ritual has taken place. And now the tieflings will rise again. Your assistance in this matter has been essential. And I'm so glad you could be here for my big day." He readies. He casts aside his cloak. And you see that he's just a pretty fucking snappy dresser, if we're totally honest about it. But he says, "And I'm afraid we'll be starting with you," looking at Benedictus. He says, "We'll be starting with you, The one who was here all those years ago, who saw my people defeated. You will die first. Prepare yourselves. Please roll initiative.
Let's
Open
go.
doors, you scallywag!
Not
Now,
enough people get called scallywag anymore these days. I like it.
one pretty key piece of information that I didn't get around to mentioning, the mayor on the front bench is restrained. He's tied up.
Okay.
Now, Lila, you had stepped out, hadn't you? Where is your thing? So you are currently just outside the church. Now, because you've done that, let me tell you what you can see. Which is that, let me take you back to the town map a second.
Oh man.
Which is that Findus Mound, which was the great mass burial place of the Tiefling Horde. Pockets of earth pop up across this huge mound. And you can see from just outside the Chapel of Rebirth a series of zombies pop up out of the ground. And two of them begin making their way towards the chapel.
Findus Mound, Finda, get dug up.
Yes, exactly. So, right, sorry, I didn't get the initiative rolls. Let me get those. So it is. Is that the who hasn't rolled yet? Lila, you've not rolled, no? Lila? Oh, there
Yes.
we go. There we go. Cool. So we've got a 12, a 10, an 8, and a 7. Let me roll for thingy. What's it for Tannen? I'll do this one. I won't do this in the dice roll. I'm going to do it on screen with my big pink and green dice because it's so important. Let's see initiative roll. It's a 9. He does have a +2 to initiative, so it's going to be Benedictus. There's some rotten rolls, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're all very neatly
And then
smushed together with low rolls.
It's going to be Tannen.
Better have a low roll now.
Yeah, let's get them out of the way.
For sure. Then it's going to be Lila. Then it's going to be Yorn. Then it's going to be Keelan. Awesome. So Tannen is at the front of the thing. He laughs before this all begins and says, "You know, you can't say I didn't make it easy for you to work out." And he looks very pleased with himself as he says this. He's like, "Tannen Flingord? T-Flingord? Tiefling Horde?" He's very pleased with himself on this.
Sake.
So we're in combat, folks, and it's Benedictus up first. Let's go. Your tokens are 5 feet across each, by the way, so they are the size of a square.
Let me just...
Very good.
I was skimming through my spells, so...
No worries. I'm going to swap you with Yorn, actually, because I think you definitely came in
Sure.
first, Benedictus, so I'm going to put you there. Because
Yeah, he kind of-
you were doing my your I object.
Yeah. Storm the gate there.
Okay, fuck it. I've always wanted to use this, so I'm just gonna do it.
Let's do it.
Benedictus sits up and is like, now I'm ready, finally. And he opens the other armrest. And he takes out and out of the armrest he pulls out a like a little spice rack that's sitting there on a.
I can't wait for this.
He pulls out a bottle with labeled guano, puts it on his on his hand, and gets another like a salt shaker, and shakes out it's labeled sulfur, and he mixes it together, and he incantates the spell, and he goes like, okay, I've always wanted to do this. And as he is mixing the stuff together and he's mumbling all these spells, a fireball starts to rise in between his hands, and he just shoots it out. And I cast fireball on the dude in the middle.
Okay, cool.
Which means a 20-foot radius.
Nice.
Oh, I might kill the mayor.
Oh dear.
Let's think about that. 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The mayor's caught in this.
Well, I can aim it a little bit to the right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we'll do it in a way that only is going to affect him. Do I need to do what kind of save?
I want a dexterity saving throw from you.
You got it.
Let me check my spell. 15.
Thank you. I'm doing it as it's a 9. It hits. What?
Okay.
And so he takes how much?
Yes, let's have fun. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. 28 damage. Love that.
Whoa.
Love
that.
Cool. Very nice. Awesome. Yeah, so that hit pretty hard. Good. Any bonus action, any movement?
Oh, I think tieflings, but I might be wrong, have fire resistance.
Oh, they do, don't they?
We do, yeah.
Oh, baby. So it's actually only half of that, right?
I'm way too honest here.
You are.
Oh, beans.
Mate, I would
Nah,
not
that's
have,
fair, though.
I would not have. So it was 14 damage, yeah?
No, it doesn't matter. I always wanted to throw a fireball. I never did it. So, I'm,
Like, regardless of the circumstances, Benedict is like, I'm gonna get this fireball off.
yeah.
Just you watch.
They can be my last at this point. So. He's gonna move so as much as possible over into the corner.
Which corner? The top left?
Yeah, with the 2 teal plants.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Which is both, by the way, so it doesn't matter. But...
Okay, cool.
And everything that's not being worn or used is now burning. That can burn.
Okay. Anything in that region, anything in that fireball that can catch fire. The front right bench is on fire. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I have bonus actions that I can do. So that's it.
Okay, Tannen is up.
No, wait.
Oh.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Hold that thought.
Let me check animate that.
Oh. Oh, right.
You use bonus and mentally command. Oh yeah, it has an action and a move.
Okay.
But it
What you got
doesn't
for
have
me?
any weapon, as far as I know. So, and I need it. So no, this is it.
Okay. Tannen is up. He shakes some embers off his and brushes some embers off his robe, and leaps over the table, and moves down some way down the main thing. He's gonna cast. I need to bring up the thing. I should have had this ready. That's my bad. Ay. One moment, please. Okay, he is going to cast Scorching Ray. Which means he's going to create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. He's going to send 1 ray of fire at each of the 3 of you.
Ooh.
I need a so it's a ranged spell attack, which he has. Okay.
Dex saving throw?
It doesn't. What
Oh no, you hit us. You need
yeah. So it's on a hit, the target takes 2d6. So I just need to do a spell throw, which is going to be a nat 20. So that is going to be a crit on all 3 of you. Or is that how it
Martin,
works, or do I do each ray individually?
I think you have to do it each individually.
It probably is.
Oh my days.
If it's the same as the one from the warlock, it should.
Oh yeah, sorry. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. Yeah, okay. So sorry, that's the one at Benedictus. I'll just go down the page. So on a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage. So for you, it's going to be 4d6. They're pretty big as well. 17.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So I made a mistake
Oof.
when I was making the dude. So I'm not sure if I've got my full hit points now. Funny.
I'll do it on the honor system. You look at that. I'll do the other rays while we're going. This one is coming at Yorn. Sorry, Phil. Were you going to ask me something?
Oh, so I was I'm kicking around. I have an ability that is an opportunity attack.
That's only if I'm in
called-
melee range, probably though, isn't it?
Well, it's called Cutting Words, and it's when a creature that you can see within 60 feet makes a damage roll or succeeds on an ability check or attack roll, you can expend one of your bardic inspiration, and you subtract that number from the creature's roll, reducing the damage or potentially turning the success into a failure. So I'm thinking of maybe talking some shit to keep myself from getting hit.
Okay, beautiful. So that's a reaction. That's cool. So let's see what we
Yeah.
roll first, and then we can decide if you need to use it or not.
Yes,
This is
indeed.
coming at you, Yorn. It's a 7, which I assume is a miss.
That is against what? I'm sorry?
That'll be against your AC.
My AC being 13. Yes.
Great, that's a miss, so no need to use your cutting words. And finally,
Yeah.
this one's coming at Keelan. Oh, and that's a 9, which presumably misses as well.
Yes, but armor class 15, that missed terribly.
Rough-
Could I
rough
possibly use
roll.
it? Could I possibly use it to help Benedictus a little bit? Maybe on the damage roll.
Not retrospectively, no.
Okay. Thank you. That's fair.
I think you can use it to help an ally, though, right? Like, I think you have that option. But
Yeah.
not at this stage of proceedings, I would say. But
Okay, totally fair.
On a future turn, for sure.
All right.
Awesome. Tannen is done. Next up in the initiative is Lila, who's outdoors. Now, Lila, you're in a slightly different position. It's up to you. You can walk straight back in through the door that you hearing the commotion inside. There are also 2 zombies shambling quite quickly up the road towards you. And I don't mind at all if you want to try and fight them instead.
Okay.
What do you got? They are currently 40 feet from you.
I would like to. I've got 100 ball bearings, so I would just like to throw
Love
a
that.
handful of them in front of me.
Okay, cool. Cool. So that presumably does no damage, but it's just setting down a difficult terrain.
Mm.
Okay, brilliant. Anything else?
No, I'll just get my short ready.
What? How big an area do those ball bearings cover?
I do not know.
Does it say anything about it?
As an action, you can spill these tiny metal balls from their pouch to cover a level square area that is 10 feet on a side.
Okay, so it's 10 by
A
10, yeah?
creature moving across the covered area must succeed on a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, great. So that's thrown down. Anything else from you? Any movement? You can still move back into the chapel if you want, or you can run up the road. I don't know. Or you can stay where you are.
I'll stay on this turn.
Okay,
please.
fine. Let's go to Yorn.
Yes. All right.
What do you got for me?
I am going to like sling the loot around front and start playing. And as I play, it's going to go from this sort of like acoustic to like a really nasty, like kind of whirling, extremely distorted sound that's like horrifying. And I'm going to be saying to Tannen, like, must have been really humiliating to lose to such small creatures. You must have felt so laid low to cower in a false form and attempt to subjugate and twist these people. You lowly, sad thing, we will send you back to the hells you were birthed from. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. And creature of my choice. Creature of my choice within range hears a discordant melody. Target makes a wisdom saving throw. On a fail, it takes... it's going to be 4d6 psychic damage. The DC to save is Wisdom 13.
19. So I take half that,
Damn
right?
it. You do take half, so I'm going to roll. It's I said 46.
46,
Let's
yeah.
give it a shot. There we go. It's not
so
super high.
9.
So 9 rounded down will be 4.
I think is it 5 or 4?
I think it's let me check actually.
Fuero, do you normally round
'Cause
down?
I want to
or
say
round
it's
up?
half rounded down.
Think round down.
Okay, so 4.
Yeah, so I think it would be 4. Yeah.
Okay, doke. Okay, doke. Nice.
I'll still get my barbs in, and in turn, I'm also going to use as a bonus action. I'm going to play a little riff for Keelan, and say, "Get his ass,"
Is that a
and
bardic
give her bardic
inspiration?
inspiration.
Yeah?
It is
Nice.
indeed. Yeah.
At level 5, what does that mean again?
Let me look. Let me tell you
Is it
what
2?
that
Is it
means.
2d4?
No, I think it's a 1d8.
1d8. Okay, well, that's
Bardic
basically
inspiration.
essentially the same thing. That's fine.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and you gain that on attack rolls and saves,
Awesome.
not damage. Yeah.
Awesome. Any movement, Yorn, or are you staying put?
I think I'm gonna stay put. Yeah.
Okay, doke. Keelan, you're up. What you got for me?
I want to do my steady aim as a bonus action.
Nice.
Because then I give myself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. But I cannot move this
Okay.
turn. And then I want to shoot with my short bow and use my sneak attack as well.
Awesome. Give me what you got.
So I first have to roll to hit with my short bow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the d20 plus 7, and I get a 1d8 then, right? From the Bardic Inspiration, if I want to use that.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Can I add another, or do I need to roll one die and then roll an extra?
You can, in the dice roller, when you click like a d20, you see the modifiers on the left-hand side. You can click pluses on. Oh, sorry, you're doing you need a 1d4, so you can just click another you can click a D20 and then a D4, and it will add that onto your roll.
It was
Yeah.
D8, right?
But yes, it's a D8.
Yeah,
sorry,
plus
in
1d8.
this case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, it's a 15.
15 is a hit.
Right.
Okay, so then we get damage. 1d6 plus 4. And because of the sneak attack, 3d6 extra.
Nice.
Holy shit.
That's mega.
1, 2. Okay.
Let's see him. They're pretty good rolls as well.
18!
18. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Cool. That's cooking along nicely. You don't have any movement, you said, because of your thing, right?
Yeah. So that's it.
Benedictus, back to you, my friend.
Okay, how far is the altar from me?
From you, that must be about, 60 feet, probably?
Okay.
Maybe a bit more than that. Let's say it's 70 feet.
Okay. Let's throw stats idea out of the window. Be fun. These casting spells.
I'm just rolling a d20 for no reason at all. Don't worry about that. Don't panic. Oh, right. I'm going to put you on hold for a second. I should have done this a minute ago. I'm going to put you on hold for a second, Benedictus, because the zombies have entered the initiative. They are outside, coming up the road towards Lila. They shamble towards Lila, looking very mean indeed. As they approach, they come into contact with these ball bearings. Lila, can you remind me again what they need to roll?
A dex saving throw.
Oh my god. Okay, and what have they got to beat?
D10. Or a 10.
A 10. Don't know if you know this about zombies. Not known for their dexterity.
Famously very dexterous creatures.
I'm going to roll one dice for both of them. They're going to be subject to the same fate, okay? So they have... Oh my god. A nat 20. And they make it.
My god!
They beat the count and shamble through the ball bearings unmolested. They're kind of within the ball bearings now, because I think I said they were 40 feet from you when last we left them. So they are now 10 feet from you, Lila, but within the ball bearings.
Okay.
Zombie uses skedaddle. It's super effective.
They're more shuffling, so they're just kicking away the marbles.
Yeah, exactly. They're just kicking them along the ground. They only have melee attacks, so there's no. They can't do anything from where they are. Benedictus, we're over to you.
Yes. I'm gonna turn towards the former tenant or still tenant, I don't know. Go. Well, we kicked your butts 300 years ago. I can kick them again.
He fires back and goes 291 actually.
The zombie goes. And I'm starting to make like gestures again, not needing everything from the spice rack, but I'm muttering to myself and making these movements, and I throw a level 2 magic missile at him.
Nice.
The fun part about a magic missile is it always hits, so I just have to throw damage.
Okay, let's have it.
That means. How do I get rid of a... Oh, clear. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 6. Yeah. Okay. 17.
You lot of hitting hard, man.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
That's
Anything?
big.
Bonus actions, movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up as far as possible, and I'll leave up to you how much that is.
When you say
because we had
move
a
up,
whole
are you
discussion about
going
it.
along the side or down the middle?
Yeah, you see where the stairs are that lead to upstairs?
Yeah.
I want to go down that little aisle.
That's probably about right. I'd say that is probably 30 feet there.
Okay.
In fact, it's probably like there.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't we restrict you to 25 feet of movement? There you go.
Yeah, something like that. I'm doing
There we
my-
go.
That's why I said it's up to you, because I.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's you. Anything else?
No, I can't do anything anymore.
Tannen is up. He.
Oh
is-
wait, no,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I've got so many stuff and bullshit going on. Okay, so I have my familiar a score of so well.
Okay.
My cat, and it has its own initiative, but I'm fine if it's my.
It can just sit
As
within
well.
yours. That's fine. I don't mind.
No. Gonna send the cat up the aisle.
The ring bearer.
No, up the aisle. I was already in.
Hang on. I might be able to have a cat token. Hold on a second. Let me just see if I've got one.
So I want the cat up next to the mayor. I think that's for 40 feet.
What colour's your cat?
Mm,
You can have black,
Greyish.
tabby, or ginger.
black.
Nice. Here it comes. Right, where is it? Where's it going?
Next to the mayor.
Next to the mayor. It can get.
So the mayor
how
is in
much? How
between
much
10
movement does the familiar have? 30 feet.
40.
40. Okay, it gets there then.
No. That's it.
That's all. Okay, cool. Right, Tannen is up. He's gonna cast Cloud of Daggers at the area surrounding Yorn and Keelan. Let me just give you a rundown of what it's going to do for you. You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So I... Oh man, this is going to fucking wreck you lot. Okay, let's go. We are going to... So that spell is in position. 4d4.
Is there any kind of save for this?
No saving throw.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, this is grim.
However,
I can use a reaction,
you
right?
can use a reaction if you've got a reaction.
Oh, same here actually. Yeah.
I have uncanny dodge, so I want to use that.
What is the spell called? Called Cloud of Blades?
Cloud of Daggers.
Okay. I'm gonna use my my cutting words to kind of mitigate some damage if possible from this.
Absolutely. What kind of cutting words do you want to yell?
I think I would continue the string of insulting that I was doing. It's just
Okay.
like
The taunting about how shitty the tieflings have been.
yeah.
Do I roll a I think I must roll one for each of you. So I think that must be right. Do you think, or is it one roll for the pair of them?
I think it's per person.
It doesn't specify.
Yeah, and every
anything.
time it hits, probably, because if we start our turn
Definitely.
there,
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That definitely.
Creature
That.
Yeah.
a creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area, so that's now.
That's now, and
or
then
when you start your turn there, so when they
And then again,
have their
yeah.
turn, it does hit again. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So, but my question is, do I do one roll for Yorn and one for Keelan, or is it
Yeah.
one roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it-
Yes. Yeah.
Now, Keelan, what does your uncanny dodge do?
when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to halve the attack's damage against you.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So both of you are going to use a reaction on this. So, and what did cutting words do again? Sorry, Phil.
Cutting words. Let me go back just very quickly. I just had it. Where are you?
While you're looking at that,
Sorry.
I'm going
Oh, here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
I roll my bardic inspiration die, which is 1d8, and I subtract that from the
Okay.
damage.
Nice.
Roll.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's this roll is going to be for Yorn.
All right,
It's
and I'll
an
roll
11.
8.
Give me that 1d8.
Okay. So I will reduce
5.
it by 5.
So you're on
So
6.
Nice.
And then this one is for Keelan, which is just going to be straight halved. And that's an 8, so half to 4.
So minus 4.
Oh. And the next one I'm just taking on the chin.
Awesome. That is the end of. No, Tannen's going to retreat behind the altar, and that is going to make him partially concealed to all three of you
Half
as
cover.
it stands currently.
Half cover, quarter cover.
Half cover. Lila, you're up. You're outside. The zombies are 10 feet from you but have succeeded on their saves. They continue shambling along through these ball bearings.
I would like to sneak attack with my short bow.
Okay. Yeah, give it to me.
Oh, I should have done +1.
Plus
Two
1,
wins.
so it's a 7. I think it's still a miss, probably. Let's double check. It is a miss, not by much, but it is a miss.
Are there gargoyles on the corner of the chapel? Or any sort of where I can just climb up?
You can, if you're a climber, you can climb up the side of the church if you want. Yeah.
And just sit at the corner.
Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy. Give me
Oh.
give me athletics. I think is it, or acrobatics. What do we normally do for a climb, Fuero? You'll know better.
Oh fuck, no. Just make something out of it. I usually make
give me-
people choose
Give me
whatever
athletics.
they're better in.
Yeah, if I remember, acrobatics has to do more with like kind of jumping than like kind of climbing and scrambling around.
On a 10,
18.
on a 18, excuse me. You climb, you scale the side of the chapel. What you can see from your vantage point as you've climbed up a bit higher is that the town square is in chaos. That crowd that had gathered to investigate the statue are now suddenly fighting off. It looks about like maybe 20 zombies. The anything else on your turn, Lila?
No, I attacked and I moved up.
Yorn, you have to take a 4d4. I don't believe you
Yes,
can
I do.
use a reaction on this. And in fact, you must be out. How many bardics do you have anyway?
I'm out. I'm tapped out. I've used the 2 that I have. Yeah.
You take 9 damage.
That's pretty good. And by good, I mean bad.
Okay.
All right. So I watched Tannen like once one thing I'm definitely going to do is I want to move to the left to kind of take cover behind one of those pews out of the cloud of daggers. Like I am leaving this space.
Good call. So you
Yeah.
are moving up to here, yeah?
I'm waiting for it to shift on the map. Yes, yeah, right there is good. Kind of hunker down. And I'm going to cast Shatter at the highest level I can, which is 3rd.
Nice.
And the way that works is a loud noise erupts from a point of my choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered there makes a con saving throw, con 13. Or they take 3d8 thunder damage on the failed.
What's the range on Shatter?
The range is 60 feet.
You're going to need to move up the aisleway, I think, rather than...
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, if you want to... Yeah, if you don't mind just, advancing me forward close enough.
Let's move you to kind of here. And you're out of the cloud of daggers for sure. And so what point are you going to be casting Shatter at?
Directly behind the altar where he is.
Okay, cool. I
want to blow the altar apart in the process.
He's got partial cover there, although I don't know with the area of effect if that would actually make a difference because it's like...
Nope.
No, it won't, will it?
Right,
So,
and it's also on a point... Yeah, and it's on a point of my choice, so I don't necessarily even have to see him to put it there. Yeah.
Okay, so you need a con save from me, and that needs to beat...
13.
13. Con is
Right.
good stat for Tannen.
We love to hear that.
22.
Son of a bitch.
So taking half damage, give me the damage roll, please.
All right, so at this level it's 4d8, so let me
Nice. Still
throw
gonna hit
that.
pretty hard.
Yeah, here's hoping. Come on, high rolls.
Oh, that looks fucking
yes.
hefty. 8, 8,
Yes,
7, and a
indeed.
4. You love to see that. 27. Tannen is looking a little...
So he's taking half of that, right? Because he succeeded on the...
Okay, so it'll be a 13.
Yeah.
So it's...
Still decent.
Why does he take half?
Because he succeeded on the con save.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
I'm sleeping up, Benedictus.
Cool. That's very cool.
Now let me
Anything
ask
else?
you...
Go.
Well, let me ask you as part of that. Well, I don't know, like because the altar is within the radius of that blast. So would that damage be dealt to that? Like, would I be destroying his cover now? Like, I'm just
Give me a damage
wondering, and
roll
it's to
against
your
the.
discretion.
Give me a damage roll against the altar.
Sure.
Or wait, no, wait a minute. You've done your. Or does it? Yeah, no. Do a damage roll against the altar,
Okay, sure.
and I'm gonna give.
Oof, 22.
Okay. And a shitty con save from the altar. I don't even know if I have to do that or not. Yeah, the altar cracks and it kind of crumbles to the ground, revealing more of Tannen. He no longer has half
Awesome.
cover.
Awesome.
Does
Awesome.
that have...
Nowhere to
that
hide,
affect
Tannen.
the spell?
Does it have an effect on the spell? No. The zombies are still up and about, I'm afraid. Anything else from you, Yorn?
I think that'll call my turn. Yeah, I'll just call out, nowhere to hide, Tannen, not your false form, not this altar.
Yeah! Keelan, you're up. You need to take some damage first. Let's give it the beans on that. 14 damage.
God.
Yeah, those
Dare
knives are no good.
Dare I ask the magic number, Keelan?
I have 10 health point left.
10. Okay.
Okay.
Keelan, you are up.
Yeah. Whoop.
Oh.
So he's not.
I'm sorry
he's
to
not-
interrupt you. I have just thought of something that I didn't do and I should have, which might affect that damage. I need to make a concentration saving throw on
Oh.
after Yorn's attack. So let me just see what that looks
Okay,
like.
what is
Call.
it?
Yeah, to see if you maintain the spell, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could have broken this con there.
Ooh.
Let's do that.
What level did you cast it?
3rd level, wasn't it?
Who, me? Sorry,
the
yes, I
shatter.
cast that at level 3, right?
So you need a 13 or higher to pass that. No. What's the level of the spell you cast? The blade.
The Cloud of
dagger thing?
Daggers. That was
Yeah.
at 2nd level.
So you need an 11. I think that's the way it works.
And he rolls a 12, so he does maintain the concentration. So yeah, but damage as described in that case. Keelan, over to you. Don't let me forget those concentration saves though.
Okay. So he's not covered anymore.
No, he's
No.
out in the open.
Okay, good. Not that it would matter for me, but I want to move, but I want to use a bonus action as to hide as well after I shoot an arrow at him.
Okay, so you want to move to where?
I think I want to be like next to Jorn, but behind the church bench.
Okay, cool, like there.
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect. By the way, the benches don't give you half cover because they're only
Oh, okay.
a foot off the ground.
Okay.
Sorry, Martin.
Does that change a roll?
Based on the damage you received, 10 or...
I'm not worried about it. If there's something that needs correcting, don't worry. We'll just do it going forwards. It's on me. I should have specified that.
Okay, it's a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, but the DC is 10, so it doesn't matter for...
Yeah. Okay, cool. Keelan, what we got?
I just want to short an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot use my sneak attack because I don't have advantage on the attack roll. Unless the cat is within 5 feet, but I don't think it is.
No.
Then we just have nothing extra. But let's see. Oh, it hits at least.
That is definitely a hit.
Take that.
Give me that damage.
1d6 plus 4. It's not that much, I think. Again. Oh, fun.
10. Cool. He is looking mean and angry and frustrated at the developments. Anything else from you?
Yeah, I want to use the bonus action to hide because I have the cunning action.
Okay, great.
So I'm just lay on the ground behind that bench or something.
Fine, that's fine. So you're using hide action behind that. Awesome. Up to the top of the initiative, it is the 2 zombies outside. Do they need? They're still in the ball bearings, Lila. Do they need to make another throw on that? Do we know if they start their turn within it? I would think they probably do.
So,
Um,
and also I'm now at height.
would that matter to the ball bearings?
No, it will matter to the zombies. I think.
Oh yeah, but don't worry about that. You let me worry about where they're going. So we'll do another dex save for the pair of them. Once again, dexterity, not their forte really, but they did roll on that 20 last time, so let's give it a go.
Yeah.
It's a 2. It's a...
Yeah.
It actually ends up as a 0, sorry, it's a 2 on the dice, 0 with them with their modifiers. These 2 zombies fucking do a comedy pratfall and fucking slip over like a Home Alone villain and land flat on their backs and just like They are
bandits'
down. They are down. Can't do anything. Benedictus, we're over to you.
Okay, well, fuck you and fuck all of your horned friends, except for Lilax. He's kind of nice. I'm gonna do the same thing again, and I'm just gonna cast my last level 2 slot. For myself helped tremendously last time as well, so just gonna. Pew, pew.
Yeah.
13. Okie dokie. No problem. Nice. Any bonus action movement? Anything familiar?
Yeah. So now first up, you can make a concentration saving throw. Not
Please, thank you. I will. That is
DC 10. Still DC 10.
nails it. 22.
There we go.
Christ.
It doesn't really matter because no one's in the cloud of daggers anymore. But
How is the mayor constrained?
he's just tied up with rope.
Okay, I'm gonna have the cat try to claw the ropes loose.
Yeah. What would we? Is that would that just be a helping hand kind of thing?
Kinda. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm happy.
A cat basically has an attack, but a familiar kind of doesn't. But it can do.
Roll a. Give me.
Oh no! Wait! Oh wait! Sorry.
Go on.
No, then I have to need to change a lot of things. I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna reverse everything. Well, can I? Sorry, can I take a mulligan?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Forget the 13.
Forget the 13 damage. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, chat, for me bumbling around.
The big guy.
Yeah, the
Oops,
cat is gonna
that's my
walk
bad.
all the way up to. The
Sorry,
cat
carry
is
on.
gonna walk all the way up to Tenon,
Yeah.
and it's gonna go walk up to his legs and goes like, just gonna scooch up to it, like and go up. It's gonna make all these nice soothing sounds.
Yeah.
And, spin but while Tenon looks down, I think to the cat, Benedictus takes out. Where the fuck is it? Oh shit! I clicked it away. Fuck. Had all my spells nice and neatly on the. Oh, Benedictus is gonna. Oh, it's a cantrip. Oh, it's not the one I was thinking of. Fuck, sorry. This one then. Oh, I don't need. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm messing up. But I'm gonna stop messing up. And Benedictus is gonna do. So as the cat is going prrr, prrr, and against this thing, it's gonna let out a giant fart. This noxious cloud of green gas comes out of the cat,
Okay.
and it's a poison spray.
Yeah.
And I can only cast it to the cat because it needs to be close. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution is a.
Cloud of daggers meet cloud of ass.
It's a 5.
Okay.
Aw.
It's not as much damage as I was hoping, but fuck it. Where's the 12?
Yoris, that is very good emoji work. Well done.
4 damage. Damn it! That was stupid.
Okay. No problem. Hey, it's fun to try out new things. All right.
Oh wait, no. It's 2d12. See,
This
now I
guy.
know where. I'm very sorry. I
Okay, so
So
it's 13 in total.
9 again. Yeah.
Which is exactly
So
the
it's
amount
exactly
that
just
you
keep
rolled.
waking
up. But I still now have a level 2 club. available.
Okay,
That's the
good,
whole-
good.
Sorry.
That's
I'm so
alright.
sorry. Chat, I'm sorry.
No problem. Right. Anything else from you?
I'm not gonna do anything anymore because
Where did the cat move?
yeah, the cat.
Oh,
is now
sorry,
next
the
to
cat
Tanner.
needs to move right next to the Tannen, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine, I can do that.
Because that could be handy for me as well.
I know.
Cat moves here. There we go. Right. Tannen is up. And he... You fools! The tieflings will never die! I think he's going back to Scorching Ray. He's going to aim one at this cat, one at Yawn, and one at... the mayor. He's gonna, he's like,
No.
he goes, if I go down, I'm taking Galabaster with me. So he's gonna do one at the mayor, one at Yorn, and one at the cat. Let's do the cat first. So Scorching Ray is a ranged spell attack.
Oh.
It's a 16. Assume that hits.
The cat goes poof.
Yeah, cat is dead. He just does that one out of annoyance. He just like barely even like paying attention, just like and just fucking bursts it.
Fun fact: the cat is higher armor class than Benedict.
That's funny. This one is coming at the mayor. It's a 9. I think that misses. Basically, a point. Oh, it's just yeah. I think that misses.
That's fortuitous. I can't imagine the mayor's like super well equipped for this.
He's not. And this one's coming at Yawn,
Oh
which is a 20.
no!
Oh,
Here comes
That's gonna land.
2d6 coming right at you. 7.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. I'm still in it. Not doing great, but I'm still in it.
Let me just think if Tannen is going to do anything else. I can take the cat off the board. Where is it? That one. No, that'll do. I think he stays where he is. We are on to Lila, who is outside, perched, climbed up a wall, looking down at 2 zombies lying in a bed of ball bearings. I love that Jan has just had a completely different fight to everybody else.
Yeah. Staving off the zombies.
I would like to sneak attack with the short bow.
Sure.
So
11 is a hit.
So with the sneak attack, it's 4d6 plus 3.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is good.
Crazy
Nice.
damage on sneak attacks.
Yeah.
If you can crit on a sneak attack, it's just nonsensical.
Yeah, that is mad. 11, cool. Yeah, you fire an arrow in it, and it pierces the ribs of this zombie who kind of as it rolls about in the ball bearings. It's still alive, just about. Doesn't look
Just
good.
hanging on.
Any other bonus action movement?
No, I think I'm doing okay on my defense when it comes to zombies.
Nice.
I'll stay perched.
Yorn.
All right. So as my sub goes in, I'm casting Bribe on the DM.
Hang on, let me just roll a.
But
let me-
no, there you go. Huzzah! No,
Okay.
I'm going to use my last 3rd level spell slot. I'm going to hit that Dissonant Whispers once more, and tell 10. And I'm quite hurt. I have 11 out of 33 hit points remaining, so I'm kind of like feeling like I need to really make something happen here. So I'm going to tell him that we'll heap his stinking corpse into the mound with the rest of his rotten kind after we're done with him. So same thing. DC saving Wisdom 13 is what I need from.
Because you
10.
cast bribery on the DM, I'm going to make this roll with disadvantage.
No. Oh, you mean for him?
On the wisdom saving throw, yeah.
That's amazing. I thought you were punishing me for trying to bribe you.
No. I mean, they're 14 and a 13.
Money talks, baby. That's funny.
It's a 13.
Oh, that just matches. I think you
that's a
you pass
success,
if
yeah.
you match or yeah. Doggone, it's okay. Okay, so it's
So half of this.
at this level, I'm still rolling 5d6, so it'll be half of that. So here we go. Let's see. High numbers, please.
It's all right. It's not bad. So
Yeah, it's all right.
19 halved is going to be 9, yeah?
9. Yeah.
This guy's not
All right.
looking very healthy. Like, he is
Good.
struggling with life here. Any bonus
I'm-
action?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna. Well, hang on. Let me just look at my inventory. No, I was gonna say I thought I may have had maybe a healing potion or something I could chug down real quick, but I don't think I do. Never mind. I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move kind of back.
Yeah. Towards
yeah,
the back of the church?
Just maybe like 10 feet back because I still want to be in range for casting. But
Yeah. You got it?
yeah. Okay.
Okie doke.
All right.
Keelan.
Yes. What are we going to do? Yeah, probably just use my steady aim to get advantage again, and then use my sneak attack.
Yeah, strike true.
Okie doke. Let's have it.
Send him back to Avernus.
So, we will have advantage.
Well, isn't that nice for you?
Wait. Yeah.
that's so what am I putting? I'm putting a +7 on both of those, right?
Yeah, it is an advantage, so only the highest counts.
So
it's still
it
12.
was a 4 +7 and a 5 +7, yeah.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah,
So it's a 12. Yeah, it's a miss.
sad. Yeah, I cannot move, so that's it.
Okay, that's that done. We are back to the top of the initiative. These shambling zombies, right? What, they're prone. What the fuck do I have to actually do to get them out of here?
Martin,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Cocker's comment in your chat just made me realize because we can't hear any music. Of course, have you had music going through the
whole game? I feel really bad for you guys. I'm gonna look into a way for you guys to be able to hear it as well because
No, I think it's the same song over and over. This is what I was saying.
All right. Yeah, but is it like kind of that metal type music that you had that you were?
Yeah.
Okay, because I wanted for color and for I've meant to mention this, but just for Yorn's sake, in battle, think of it as like he's constantly playing. Like we have a soundtrack going, so we can say that this is what's going on. So like, just as a bard, I always imagine him just like playing the theme song for the combat happening as well.
nice.
So Okay,
As
cool.
soon as
All
the
right.
combat started, the metal kicked in. Before that, it was like fantasy tavern music,
Awesome.
So
yeah.
it's one of those things where the chat audience has a slightly better experience in that way. But I do want to
Nice.
see if I can find a way to do it through Discord, so you lot can all hear it as well. But that's for next time. Right, zombies are in the ball bearings. They are prone. Both of them are going to stand up, but I believe that counts as their action, and then
No, that's half their movement.
half their movement. Okay, cool. They stand up. They've only got 20 feet, I think, of movement anyway. They do. So they stand up and they're going to walk out of the... they continue shambling towards the entrance to the church. With their half movement, they are now 5 feet from the door. One of them, of course, has taken... How much damage was it? It was quite a lot, wasn't it? I don't think actually... it was 11 damage, I believe, wasn't it? So... Let me just make a note of that so I know what's going on. Nice. Alright. That's all they do. They can't attack anybody. We are down to Benedictus. I'll tell you now, Tannen is not looking very well.
Magic missile. I'm not even gonna waste time. 12.
12.
Love that.
He is stumbling around where he stands, and he curses your name. He says, "You old fool!" Any bonus action movement?
Just doing this.
I see. Anything else from you, Benedictus?
No, that bit of this.
Just apart from the middle fingers, which in game have no function.
No, that's it. I can't do anything anymore.
From a morale perspective, Benedictus. Thank you very much. Right, round to Tannen, and he looks around the room at you all, and snarls and says, "So be it." He casts Scorching Ray, and he's going to cast all 3 rays at the mayor.
Oh
Let's,
God!
So he is going to do... And he rolls a nat 1 and fucking biffs it. Sends all 3 rays... No, wait, it must be per ray, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, so the first one really
Sends the first
really
one
sucks,
flying
but-
into the wall. It leaves a scorch
okay.
mark. He's so...
This is
he's
really
so
tense.
weak that he is like staggering around and sort of firing these bolts of fire off in haphazardly. He sends one past the mayor's head, who's just like sitting on this bench tied up looking quite nervous. Second one, 13. That's going to be a hit.
Oh no!
Should we do the other ray, then we'll do attack, then we'll do damage?
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Oh god.
Oh no!
He's so
okay.
dead.
Right, so on a hit, it's 2d6 fire damage. So with one hit and a crit, it's going to be 6d6 damage.
Oh no!
Best of luck,
That
Mr. Mayor.
seems- Is that good?
Let's keep our eyes on the skies. Best of luck, Mayor. 20.
Shit, man. No! What's his HP? Oh, it smells like burned mayor in here.
Tannen steadies himself on his feet and blasts the mayor with 2 huge rays of fire. The mayor is sent flying backwards, behind the bench, and lies dead on the ground.
Oh no! Jan, not now. This is the opposite of a good nice barbecue.
He laughs
This is a
and
mean
says,
bad barbecue.
he laughs and says, "You may take me, but Alabaster is forever changed, and they will always know my name." That's the end of Tannen's turn. We're down to Lila, who's outdoors, staring at a couple of zombies about to walk through the door.
I would like to sneak attack with a short bow to the other zombie.
The one that you didn't hit last time.
Correct.
Okie dokie.
Oh my god.
It's
not.
a critical miss, baby.
Oh,
You miss and like bang your head on the church. That's too bad. Anything
a
else, Lila?
single marble falls out of her pocket and she slips on it and falls down. Wee.
Lila, anything else?
No, I'll stay perched.
Okie dokie. Yawn.
Making sure nobody saw her embarrassment. So, is the mayor like dead?
He's dead. Fully
Oh
dead.
no. Okay,
What
because
was
I
the
have
hit
some.
points? Now I'm gonna go technical.
What's that?
How much hit points did he have?
18.
Okay.
So he can still be. I'm guessing he's throwing saving throws.
I guess so.
Yeah. Now, Fuero, remind me, how does healing work with a with somebody that is technically dead like that? Like, is there any like healing to kind of
If you
stabilize?
heal him
or-
while he's in saving throws, you'll restore him to
1 HP, but still unconscious.
1 HP unconscious.
No,
Right.
1 HP. That's it. Just 1 HP.
Okay, I'm going to I want to rush to him and well, hang on. Actually, I may not even have to. No, this is range 60 feet. So is his like smoldering body within range for me?
That probably is just about 60 feet. I can move you like a little closer just to make it a short
Okay.
thing.
Close enough to him that I can or even so for the theatrics of it, I want to do like a slide on my knees toward him while I'm playing, so I'm like doing that and I'm gonna cast Healing Word. And I have that. Let me see how it works exactly. Creature or choice you can see within range gains hit points equal to 2d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So at this level, it's 4d4 plus 2, which might be overkill.
No, you might as well.
I'm gonna cast it at a lower level and do 2d4 plus 2, just in case we need the slot. So
But I think-
2d4.
Is this only going to restore him to 1 HP regardless?
No, it's gonna restore him to whatever.
Okay.
Hit him with them sweet diddly dees. Here they come.
6.
So 6.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
I
cool.
was thinking of when you make your saving throws.
Yeah, where you go over and do
Yeah.
a help action kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, the mayor's previously seemingly deceased body. He his eyes open and he lurches back somewhat to life, still restrained, lying on the floor. Doesn't look very well. Yawn. Anything else from you? Was that an action or a bonus action?
That would be a movement and an action. Yeah, so my turn is over, but I'm going to basically, as he, gasps and regains consciousness, I'm kind of going to put a hand down and be like, no. You rest. You stay down. Until this is over.
You got
And that's
it.
me into my turn.
Keelan.
I'm just using the steady aim again with sneak attack on my short bow.
Let's
Take him
have it.
out. Let's get a headshot.
That one.
Headshot.
I just hope.
with a headshot.
I just hope. 27.
20.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that hits.
You think?
biff that tannin.
So
me
we
the
will
roll.
have 1d6
You just say
plus,
Biff that cannon.
I did say biff
Or-
tannin. Yes.
plus.
I was waiting for something.
Are you ready for this?
Fucking
15
15.
damage.
Keelan,
hell.
let me ask you something, Keelan. And it's the question you always want to hear. How do you want to do this?
Paint the picture.
Just right between his eyes.
Yeah, you got any like a James Bond-esque like line to give him, or are you just like cold as ice?
Cold as ice.
Nice.
I like it.
You steady.
Especially after his last words were he's like, "This will be changed forever," and
Yeah.
it's like, nah, dude.
You steady your nerves and stand up. Tannen looks directly at you as he sees you pop up from behind this bench, and just growls. I think he's known for a while that the end was nigh. You loose your arrow, and you watch as it splits right dead through the middle of his forehead. Wham! Tannen is knocked back into the wall. The arrow travels through his skull and pins him against the wall like a notice board, like a cork board. And Tannen
Glorious.
is dead.
Borrow that.
GG.
Moving to Lila, the scene outside is chaotic. The townspeople are fighting off this small, it's like 20 odd zombies, in addition to the 2 that had been shambling towards the church. As Tannen's life expires, the purple flames, which were still kind of, although the altar had crumbled beneath his feet, the prophesied items were still glowing with this purple flame. As he expires, so too does the fire, and every one of the zombies outside, you see from your vantage point, Lila, the 2 that are right beneath you, almost at the entrance to the church, begin to contort and twist and let out a guttural as they all collapse to the ground instantaneously, leaving the townspeople just bewildered, looking down at a town square filled with the corpses of these now twice dead creatures.
But the people inside the church have no idea
No.
what happened out there.
No, they've got no idea of everything that went on. You were so good at keeping them at bay. With those ball bearings that they never made it inside.
Okay.
The Mary Beth, by the way, is still suspended in this harness, and just like her she's been unconscious this whole time at the front, kind of off towards the top of the frame. Probably should have had a token for her as well. And she begins to stir and come to. And as she awakens, Mary Beth looks around the chapel and, just bewildered, she sees her father and cries out, "Daddy!" He's very groggy.
Yeah, I'll rush to Mary Beth and kind of like sort of see if there's like by the ankles or whatever I can do to like kind of try to get her down and just tell her like, your father is safe. It will be okay. We'll have you down soon.
Well, he
It's
took
all
some
over.
major damage. See? Never mind.
I know. Yeah, and Yorn is also quite hurt in this moment. So, yeah.
The mayor is there, still tied up, just like on his back, basically on the ground. He's like, "Get me up!" Anyone will do.
Yeah. Keelan Benedictus.
What?
Look.
What? Who needs to get up?
The mayor, he's still tied up, isn't he?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll send zombie boy.
And Mary Beth, is she still hanging from the ceiling?
Yorn
Yeah,
has
I'm
just
tr-
been
I'm
kind
trying
of
to, like, kind of-
helping. Yorn's helping her out of her
Yeah.
the kind of harness that she was in. She looks around. Obviously there's quite a bit. The altar's busted. A couple of the benches have been fucked up. There's a small fire still raging in the bottom right corner of this map, and she very weakly she says, "Where is Tannen?"
He was not who he appeared to be, regrettably.
What do you mean? Who is... She looks down and sees this... Well, she looks across and sees this pinned tiefling still kind of upright against the wall. She
Your
goes,
fiance was a fucking asshole.
What? But... The zombies help the mayor to his feet and begin to unbind him. She goes, he would never. And
He did.
the mayor's like, I'm sorry, Cherry Pie. I saw the whole thing. He was a scoundrel tiefling in disguise. This whole time, 2 years, he lived like this. Lila, what are you up to? Are you, what's going on?
I'll just slide myself down, or just jump down
Yeah.
if I can avoid the ball bearings, or just
Yeah, they're far enough from the door.
hang
You're
on
right.
and then just be gentle. And I walk back into the church.
Yeah.
So there are zombies out there, but with whatever happened in here must have also killed the zombies.
Yes, you must have held them off.
There's a handful of ball bearings. So when we walk out of the church, we need to be a little careful walking back.
The mayor looks at you all and he looks at Benedictus and says, Professor Axe, is that you? I didn't expect to see you coming to the aid of me and my daughter.
Well, you kind of got lucky there.
He goes, well, I don't know who the rest of you are. He looks at Yorn, he's like, oh, are you not you're the rock singer, are you not?
I am, yes. I performed last night. Were you in attendance, Mr. Mayor?
Good heavens, no. I can't think of anything worse, but I'm told that it was very good by people who would enjoy that sort of thing. He goes, actually, I was studying in the library last night, and I saw you come in making quite a bit of noise. And he goes, well, anyway.
Yeah. Sorry for that.
He goes down to, he looks at the now extinguished flames and the items within. He picks up the emerald that was the eye of the statue and says, I'll take care of this. He looks at the book itself is gone. There's some bits of leather from the bindings, but the pages have all been destroyed.
Mr. Mayor?
This is the last kind of bullshit we need from Quaggle.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I would love to, if you talk to Miss Quaggle about this.
I'll see what I can do, but you may find that the punishment is severe. Your library card may be revoked.
Well,
Horror.
He picks up the blue brick, and he looks at it and says, part of the original defensive wall from the bulwark, if I'm not mistaken. He hands it to Yorn and is like, could you please see that this is returned? He looks around the room and says, whatever your meaning in being here today, on behalf of my daughter and I and my family and the entire town of Alabaster, thank you. He says, "We will dispose of the bodies properly this time. Findus Mound will be repurposed, and we will burn the bodies this time so that they may never return."
Yes.
He goes, "Come, let us check on the town together." He leads you outside, and God, what a day it's been. You know, you woke up in the Merry Mason, feeling worse for wear, and by the early afternoon you've been fighting a tiefling sorcerer in the Chapel of Rebirth. As you walk outside, he surveys the scene and can see off in the distance the town square, and can see some of the panic and people kind of comforting each other, and the bodies of these zombies on the ground. He goes, "You will always be welcome here in Alabaster, and I'm just so glad that you were here." Everybody give me a Constitution save.
Are we gonna puke again? Oh no. Oh.
I
These
probably
are some
will with
brutal
my
rolls,
six.
guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
As you all walk outside, the stress of the day, the heat, the light, and the feeling that you never really got to grips with this hangover kicks in, and all four of you simultaneously fucking barf on the ground outside. The mayor and Mary
all
Beth
here.
leap backwards, and they're in each other's arms. Mary Beth is still kind of in tears at the revelation that her affianced was not who he claimed to be. And the mayor says, "Yes, well, I'll get someone else to clean that up. You just be on your way, and do return that brick to the bulwark, won't you?" And I think...
Oh,
Go ahead.
shall we get a drink in the bulwark then?
You, Benedictus, you read my mind.
The mayor
Absolutely.
pulls a pouch of gold out of his pocket and hands it to Benedictus and goes, "I'll get the first round, then you're on your own. Try to stay out of trouble."
Thank you. That's good. And,
"Farewell, friends. Come along, Mary Beth. It will all be okay." They walk off, arm in arm, or with his arms around her, and as they head off to try and put Alabaster back to pieces. And I think, my friends, that is where today's adventure concludes.
If I may say one more thing
Yes.
for stuff. I imagine the night in the bulwark is going to be fun with yarn and drinks and stuff. And then everybody probably in the morning goes their own way. Except a zombie and a recliner in the corner who are just standing still. And there's a little small gnome in there. It appears to be sleeping, but happily passed away of old age in his recliner.
Oh.
Nervin Nickelplate walks over and stares at him and goes, "I'm not bloody falling for that one again." And she just walks off and leaves Benedictus and his calm body in his favourite chair in the bulwark, his favourite inn, in the town in which he spent his entire life. And he poetically fades away into sweet slumber. And that, my friends, is where our adventure today concludes.
Beautifully done.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed. What a wild ride.
You can say that
Good.
again.
Good stuff. Oh my god, I was so stressed with all those flashbacks. I shouldn't have done that. Fucking hell, I'm never doing that again. Good work. Thank you to all our
You
players.
handled them wonderfully.
Chat, let's give it up for Fuero, Jan, Phil, and Budja. What an amazing job they all did in our tale this evening. Yeah, marvelous stuff. Thanks very much. Jan, you robbed me by being outside and fighting the zombies off. You robbed me of an amazing opportunity to have the zombies enter the chapel and look at the one behind Benedictus' chair and be like, "Oh, nice duds," you know, in zombie language, you know, like, "Oh, nice outfit." So that aside, I was very happy.
Very good.
Good. Well, thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks to our players, and thank you all for your contributions in chat. I've been reading. Sunborn, you're absolutely right that the T-Flingord thing was something that I was very pleased with myself for, and was like, yeah, I've got to make sure I drop that in at some point.
Brilliant.
There we go. There'll be another one of these. The next one shot on stream will probably now be ambitiously it could be the 30th of March. More likely it will be the following Sunday, the 6th of April. So I will let you know when I know more. But any final comments, thoughts, questions, comments, anything from any of our players before I let you go?
Thanks for a great story.
thank you.
Had a
Yeah,
great
just say
evening.
tremendous work as always, man. That was very, very fun. Thank you so
It
much.
was so much fun.
All right.
Thank you
Wave
for the
goodbye,
hangout.
everybody. And
Bye.
I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Ciao, Bellas. Thank you.